So I guess first of all, I'm sorry that I missed last week, but I was not feeling well. I've been having trouble with sleep, and I've been having trouble with focus, and just a bunch of stuff. Like, as far as like wellness goes, I've been having some trouble with, and so that meant like last week I was just really not up to streaming. And the week before that I traveled. So that means this has been 2 weeks of no streaming, and now we're picking up Final Fantasy VI. And part of why I didn't want to play it last week when I wasn't feeling great is because we are in the world of Ruin, which is really heavy and intense. And you might have noticed last time I complained about the overworld music and how I don't like it. And I don't know if you could see, but I could see as I was going through, like adding my little chapters, I could see my mood just going like this. You know, like I could see the music doing to me why I didn't like the music. So I'm like, oh, do I want to do this again? But I think it is time to dive back into this game. I'm trying to wrap up my Thamasa chapter for Darkness and Starlight. It's really hard. It's giving me a lot of trouble because it's where I have to tie up some of the things that I changed earlier, and there's a lot going on, and it kind of winds up having sort of comic relief-ish to have like some levity of the mood, because that's the role of Thamasa. We'll see if I succeed or if I am bad at comic relief after all of the things that I said about objections to how they did that with Ultros. See if I can pull off whatever I'm doing instead. Yeah, unfortunately our bot is still down, and I need to fix that because I've got a concert tomorrow and I need to have the bot up by then. Yeah, speaking of, we have a concert tomorrow. This channel, it starts an hour later, like the music will start an hour later than I usually start on Saturdays. It's on Sunday. But it will be, the doors will open at 12:30. I usually start at 12 on Saturdays. Yeah, I know, I don't know what to do about FlutyBot. Rhinoceritis, a low-sodium vegetarian diet. That sounds like a good thing. Like, honestly, eating more vegetables, as long as you don't have some sort of a health difficulty with vegetables, like, eating more vegetables is almost always a great idea. I try to make sure that I eat at least a vegetable a day. Yeah, Adam, that would be great. There'll be, so just to give everyone an idea of what to expect from that concert, we are going to have a viola player who specializes in JRPG, beautiful JRPG music. His stuff is absolutely gorgeous. We're going to have an acoustic rock duo, doing mostly originals and a little bit of VGM. They're new local friends, which is exciting to me because I'm finally getting to know like the music scene in Toronto a little bit. If I will make friends who are musicians that aren't people I already knew. And then we're also going to have a pianist playing, a piano player who I know through the Mother fandom. So if you're a fan of Mother and Undertale, they will be playing music that you will enjoy. And then an ocarinist who, if you watch ocarina videos on YouTube, you've probably seen him before because he's a fairly well-known ocarina YouTuber. But he's also one of like the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. And he and I did our sound check yesterday. He's just so sweet. He's going to be playing some of his originals in addition to video game music. Obviously, there will be Zelda. And then I will be playing at the end of the day. So we'll see how much voice I have left. This time I have 4 performers instead of 7. So that's a lot less. So maybe I'll still have my voice and be slightly less dead by the end of it. Anyway, that'll be here on this channel. Starting at, doors will be at 12:30. So I'll be here all frazzled trying to like talk to you and get things ready then. And then music will start at 1 and it will go from there. This is all Eastern time. And I will probably be playing the World Revolving from Undertale. Deltarune. Oh my god, Lauren. So if you want to see me play that live, now's the time. So Final Fantasy VI, though. This game. The reason why we're here. I have lost even more of my soul to this game. Like I said, I'm working on another project that's related to Final Fantasy VI. I'm still working on the fanfic. I'm still working on the audiobook version of the fanfic. I'm gonna go inside before... Wait. Okay. I'm gonna go in here. Because I don't want to deal with... I guess I could just sit out there and put the music on mute. Right? I don't know. That's not timed, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're going to lose Sid anyway, because that's the more interesting story decision. Sorry. Current location, Solitary Island. It's funny, I wonder how we knew the location names of these places. I guess they were on the world map, which came packed with the game. One side World of Balance, one side World of Ruin. I'm pretty sure that the world map has the World of Ruin on the other side, doesn't it? So you have a spoiler right there? Right? I think so. Oh man, my memory is not great, but it did. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're going to get to that, Sean. We're going to get to that. Do we have any folks in attendance who have not played Final Fantasy VI before? Because we're at a point in the game, and we're going to talk about what it's doing narratively, I suppose, because that's what I do. I hope it doesn't feel or sound too pretentious when I say that sort of thing. I kind of worry about that sometimes. I don't want to be one of those people where you're just like, oh my gosh. Okay. Later to leak, how familiar are you with the story of Final Fantasy VI? Like, I think you've popped in here, but you haven't been with us, like, start to finish, so I don't remember how much you know. So I don't know how much context I should provide for what's going on here. And also, there is a content warning in this section of the game. So, Final Fantasy VI is a story of people banding together and finding hope despite the odds, and picking up from the, like, when all hope seems lost, continuing onward, finding each other, and carrying on. And so it's a good, I feel like it's a good game for some of the hopelessness maybe that we've been feeling, some of us at least, the past few years. There's a reason why I started replaying it in 2020, when I replayed the Ted Woolsey translation, and I'm glad that we have it now, in the Pixel Remaster, because I do think one of the things that's strongest in this game is that things get really bleak, really, really, really bleak. The bad guy literally destroys the world. We are in the destroyed world. It has been ruined. It has been broken. How many games can say the bad guy wins and then you keep going? And I know that there are people who don't, there are people who don't enjoy that, and that's totally valid if that's not what you're looking for in a story. But for me, I really love that. For some reason, I really like things that get dark and serious and sad and heavy and have consequences. But I don't like things that are grim dark. That's the thing, is I like dark stories because of the presence of hope in them. And Final Fantasy VI is like the perfect example. For all that I can criticize things that it does story-wise sometimes, I feel like it's really excellent at doing that. Maybe it shaped my taste. Maybe it resonated with me as a kid as strongly as it did because it was so with my taste. But so we have, like, the end of the world. We have just witnessed the end of the world. Just a whole sequence, bam, 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 of bad things happening with just this little sliver of brightness, like moments of comic relief here and there. Hence the, like, slapstick comedy duo of Realm and Strago. But we come here to the end of the world. Everyone else is gone. The other people who've been on this island with us have apparently jumped off a cliff one by one when they can't take it anymore. And Celes comes to after a year of being unconscious. And Sid relates this to her, like, yes, there were other people here, but they've all jumped off the cliff one by one, so it's just the two of us. And then he promptly gets sick. And so she's like, I'm going to try to save you. So most of you will know this because most of you have a familiarity with this game already. But if you don't know, this is one of the only instances in the game where you can actually change what happens. It doesn't change the overarching flow of the plot, like the story continues, but it changes a thing that happens in the game. Like, you actually do have the ability to change things. When this game first came out, we didn't know that. And so it's... there are probably people out there who got the good ending to this section by accident, because I don't want to rule out the possibility of that happening. But it's not very intuitive. It's the sort of thing that you hear whispered about afterwards. Somebody's like, "Did you know you can save Sid?" And you're like, "No," because there's like I heard you can save General Leo. You can't save General Leo unless you cheat or play a mod or something like that. But so the you can save Sid in this section feels like that sort of thing, but it is possible to do. And then you figure it out. People figure it out. They do it. They save him. You get a slightly different story, and it's rewarding. But it doesn't feel consistent with the arc of the story. It doesn't make as much sense for what comes next, and it's not the absolute rock bottom that we come back from. And that's the thing, the solitary island is rock bottom. Celes hits rock bottom, and it is from rock bottom that she finds hope. Even though she's at rock bottom, she gets a second chance, and she finds a fragment of hope to cling to, and that's really, really powerful. But that's kind of what the narrative needs. And so if you save Sid, it softens it a bit too much for that to really work. Because I don't think that's canonically what happens, you know? It feels like an Easter egg that they stuck in. So when you're replaying the game, you figure it out and you're like, whoa, cool. So we will not be saving Sid, because saving Sid is, in my opinion, less. It doesn't fit. It doesn't flow. It's less effective. It's a nice addition to the game. I'm glad it's there. I think it's neat. But I don't like it as much as the story thing, like as the story. It's not canonical to me. Hi, Karsten. Thank you. Yes, no, we're going to have feelings, which is about as good as having fun, right? I hope you have a good sleep, friend. Thank you so much for dropping by. It's always good to see you. But yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know or who has forgotten and does not know where we're going with this, there is a suicide attempt in this game that happens on screen, and we go into that character's turmoil. So if that is something that is not good for you right now, no shame. Come back in like half an hour. I talk a lot, but probably half an hour probably will be safe. Or maybe 45 minutes or whatever, and I can fill you in on whatever. So if you have to step out of the room for that, no shame. That is an understandably triggering or uncomfortable experience for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. So please, I encourage you to take care of yourself. And just general statement about content warnings. Like, I think that it is good to try to engage with content in a healthy manner. And sometimes that means today is not the day for me to take in this content and experience this. So if today's not the day for you to watch a suicide attempt in Super Nintendo graphics and talk about that, we'll see you on the other side. Please take care of yourself. Go do something that makes you feel good. But for everybody else, are we ready to do this? Are we ready to do this? Also, hi, Phil. Yeah, no. Well, so when I was a kid, I didn't realize that that's what was happening because the Ted Woolsey translation was very unclear. The Ted Woolsey translation has kind of like a weird sarcasm where Sid says it perked him right up when it says they jump off. Like they jump off the cliff, perked him right up. Which is not actually what happened. But as a kid of 10 or 11 years old, I didn't really have a deep understanding of what was going on. So this is the one that we would want to take if we wanted to save him. However, we're going to do this. I'm sorry, folks. Unless you want to see both ways. If you really want to see both ways, we can do that. So yeah, Sean, it kind of does feel like, well, I'm kind of surprised, and I wouldn't be surprised if they had to sort of make light of it in order to get it past Nintendo America's censors, because they couldn't say the word death. They couldn't talk about characters or things dying. And this is a game in which a genocide occurs and we watch an entire population, including children, die on screen. We watch a character jump from a cliff to try to kill herself. Like, it's a really heavy and dark game. And so I'm really surprised that, here, key item, fish, a fish. So it doesn't say anything about the fish, which I think normally it would say like a fast fish or something like that. But we didn't. I guess the timer's going to run out, because I've been talking so much. I didn't remember if the timer was going there. Hi, Sid. You notice he's like out of bed, but he comes into bed when you get here. Sid, what are you up to, buddy? So she's all, yes, the green blood sweat thing in Super Nintendo Mario Kart, not Mario Kart, Mortal Kombat, not the same as Mario Kart, Lauren, jeez. There's a lot of games that have little changes like that, and I think that's why Terra Enigma never got translated. Yeah. So here, I love how Celes being like, "Eat up, Grandpa," is very like, she's happy in some ways. She's like, "Oh, I've got family. I've got family," and this is a nice little reminder, like of that would mean something to her. Like we're at the end of the world, but also Celes has never, to our knowledge, had a sense of family. You know, like we don't know this for sure, but she doesn't seem like, you know, she never talks about family. She doesn't seem like she has connections to anyone. Sid is kind of like, oh, I'm like a surrogate grandpa to her. She has some sort of a relationship with Leo. I interpret that as like he's kind of like a surrogate father in some ways to her. But like that's what she's got. She's imprinted on these weird old dudes who are the role model figures in her life. You know, she hasn't had a normal human experience growing up with a family. But here she's like, I have nothing else, you know, but at least I have Grandpa. I'll take care of Grandpa. I can take care of Grandpa. That gives me something to do. And so she's trying at this point. She's got some hope. Oh, is that it? Did I run out the timer? When he says this is the end for me? Is he dead already? Or is that a hint that you did a bad job? I don't know these things. So we go here to see, are there any fish? There's no more fish. Does that mean that I ran out the timer? He's just not doing well. Okay, well, there's no fish today. So we go back in and we say, sorry, Gramps, there's no fish. Oh, he's still in here. ... Here we go. This is it. Already? Maybe? Wow, okay. So normally in a normal playthrough, you'd be going back and forth getting fish and bringing the fish back to him. And it usually takes several fish and you don't realize, yeah, right, Blue Glass? This is what I'm telling you. Like normally there's a better flow, there's a better pacing, a better pattern, and you feel like you're doing something. So you get that sense of desperation, and I'm sorry that I talked too much to get that, but this is what I do. So you like keep bringing him fish, and sometimes maybe you by luck, because you don't know what you're doing because you're a kid and this game is new, you by luck you bring him a good fish and he feels a bit better. So you can't figure out why sometimes he seems to get better and sometimes he seems to get worse, and you start feeling some of Celes' frustration. Surely they're not going to kill him. He's got to get better. He seemed like he was getting better with that last fish. What's going on? What am I doing wrong? How do I do this better? It's good. It gives you, by making you go back and forth here in this section, by making you participate in this part of the story, they're making you feel Celes' emotions for what should be one of the most impactful moments in the entire game. So by the time you get there, you feel like you've been fighting to try to save Sid. Maybe you're angry with him or whatever, but you know this is like a thing you've got to do, and you can tell it means something to Celes. And I think that's a great decision. Final Fantasy XIV does this. I haven't gotten super far, but like the first time that the story actually meant something to me was when they're like, we want you to get to know, like, there's some complicated situations, so go like give food to a bunch of refugees, and that makes you go and talk to these people, and because you go and you talk to these people and you experience it and you interact with it and you have that direct interaction and that direct connection to things, it makes what happens to those people and their situation more meaningful to you. Whereas if it was just characters talking on the screen, it wouldn't mean as much. And I think that's one of the nice things that an interactive medium can do that other mediums can't do. So here, I'm sorry that we haven't had that experience, but we know what we're getting into here already, so. So normally Celes would be like, eat up, and he eats it, and he's like, oh, I don't feel so good. And she's like, I'll get you another fish, and she comes in. But I think I managed to kill him with a single fish. Amazing. I spent too long talking. and just her desperation. Is this the first time we hear this song? Okay, I thought so, but it's so pretty. And here she's so, like, they do the best they can with the animations they have. Like, you can see it and you can feel it. And you, as a kid experiencing this for the first time, you're like, what? What? And she controls herself here. She takes this control away from you. But once more, here you are in control. Look at how beautiful the colors are with the pixel remaster in the background. So they give you control of her again on this scene. And somehow I didn't notice until someone pointed out to me what this parallels, not just musically, but visually. This, by the way, if you do choose to read or listen to Darkness and Starlight, this is the opening scene. I don't know why I decided that was the way to go, but it starts with this and then flashes back to Seth Figaro. Because this is such an incredibly powerful moment. This is a moment where you are connecting, at least for me, connecting with Celes. The fact that they stick the dead dove up here, you know, everything is dying, the world is dying. The only other person on the entire world, as far as you know, who was still alive is now gone because you failed to save him, Celes. One after the next, they flung themselves from the northern cliffs in despair. This was not as clearly translated in the Super Nintendo version. Celes thinks about it. She thinks about it, and it's just, you know, like, you think about it, this person who's been this, you know, cold warrior, this cold general, a soldier through and through, that's all she's ever known, had finally found friendship and fallen in love, you know, and now everything is gone. And the magnitude of this, I don't think fully hit me as a kid because I didn't understand what she was doing. But the devastation, the rock bottom that she hits. It's the balcony. Only instead of throwing the flowers, and then the silence, but for the sound of the waves. It's just, this whole section is so beautifully crafted from start to finish. I'm glad this translation actually does it justice. So yeah, I think this is one of the most memorable and most powerful scenes in my memory from any game. Even with me not having understood it fully as a kid, it was still powerful. And then going back to it once I was a little older, and realizing what happened in it. it's I don't know. It's one of those moments that I think people talk about when they talk about powerful moments in gaming. And then to come to and to have, and that's the thing, is we have to hit that bottom before we can rise up. That's my thought, is that the story is very clearly going, we've had catastrophe on the grand scale. We needed to have catastrophe on the personal scale, and then we can rebuild. Because this game is about rebuilding and finding hope in darkness. So that's what we're going to do. So here we have our little bird. Someone like me, I've already given up hope. You don't get to do that, Celes. Sorry. I'm gonna talk a little bit about love stories here, if that's all right with you. Do you guys mind? I don't know if the pacing of this scene is gonna be too much Lauren talking, but you kind of had to know you were getting into that. One of the things that I really love so much about this game is that it is centrally like love. It is about love. It's about hope, but hope through the connections that we make with other people. Like, this is not a game about you alone have the strength to do anything, which is a valuable thing for people to think about. But this is also not a game about codependence. This is a game about the connections that we forge with each other. That's where our strength comes from. That's how we're able to overcome anything. Which I think is an important sentiment too. You know, we are not islands. But one of the things that it does so well and so beautifully is that it doesn't just mean romance. It's love in its many forms. It's the friendship among all of the returners. It's the brothers and how much they love each other and how they come to know each other as adults and reconnect and learn to stand together. It's about Cyan loving his family and honoring them, and also kind of in their memory learning to live for himself and treasure and honor them always. But that love is important. It's Realm and Strago as a weird dysfunctional family that still love each other very, very much. It's Terra finding her purpose as a mother, caretaking other people, and that's the love that she needs, that she's looking for. When she's asking Leo, she wants to know what love is. Like, love is important. It feels a little bit like a non sequitur, but it is like, that's like, I mean, I'm gonna be all pretentious lit major here. Love is like the central theme of this game. Love between people. And only one of the stories that we get is a love story in the traditional romantic sense. And it's one of the central relationships in the game, but it's not the driving anything in the game. It's Celes' motivation here. But I love that it is very important to her personally, and it's very important to the story, and it's the spark that restarts the flame of hope in the world of ruin, but it is not the only spark, and it is not the only flame, the only love, the only thing driving it, which a lot of love stories I think do. I think I have to save the world because of the person I love can be like so narrowly the focus of a lot of stories, and I like that this game doesn't undercut or ignore the love story that it's written. But it doesn't make that the only central focus either. Because every love in this game is important. For me personally, obviously, these characters, these two, are very important to me. But they're not the only, this is not the only love story that fuels it. And I think that's beautiful how well they do that. And it's not something that I think that they set out to say, you know what, I think the theme of this story should be love. I think the theme of this story should be relationships between people. Yeah, Forever Rachel being played here was too much. I don't know if you could tell that I was crying there, but yeah, too much for me. In a good way. I think if you're a good writer, generally speaking, you don't set out to make theme. Theme is what happens as you try to tell the story and ask the questions that you want to tell and ask in this story. And I think that intentionally or not, that's what they were doing with this. And I'm really glad. I think that is... I don't know that every story, especially every game story from this era, had a driving sense of theme. And again, I make fun of like lit major theme stuff, and I don't want to say it like that. But I could break down what I mean by theme rather than lit major, take a test and write an essay. But I think having kind of a driving sentiment that they're exploring and sharing at the heart of this game is part of why it is so powerful. It's not just that it has this great dramatic storyline and these great dramatic characters. It's that it has underpinning everything this really, really strong emotional through line. Does that make sense? Does that maybe make you not have your whatever natural resistance you might have upon hearing the word theme? God, I'm so glad they put flute as like a main instrument in both of their themes. Not like I'm biased, but I'm totally biased. So here she has this strange, impossible moment of hope. The bandana, and you, of course, playing this game for the first time, hopefully are able to remember who has a bandana. Oh, it's Whelk. Fun little fact about bandanas. Apparently, I think Setzer comes equipped with a bandana, but if you take it off him, he won't put it back on. And the developers have said that's because he's like too stylish, and once he sees someone else has a bandana, Whelk, he doesn't want to be like... He doesn't want to follow someone else's fashion, which I think is funny. It's a nice bit of character development. Hey, little bird. Is the person who wrapped your wound still alive? And for me, this is such a Whelk thing to do. For all that we have different interpretations of these characters, and I've had those conversations with people, even the people who take the most cynical view of Whelk, like... He does like to help people who are hurt or in need of protection or care. He's a helper by nature. Whatever explanation you choose to attribute to that, whether you want to be charitable to him or not, he does try to help people. Like that's what he does. He intervenes and tries to help people and gets invested. So it makes sense to me that he would see an injured bird and be like, I bet I could fix this bird. I could help this bird. And I'd have to earn the bird's trust and then heal the bird. It's very Whelk. I love him very much. He's my favorite. That's my boy. And then it flies off. So symbolic. I've absolutely illustrated this scene before. I think I've shown you that. An old friend of mine who used to be a bandmate of mine had a song called Undying Hero that was referencing Celes. And I drew that picture to illustrate her song. So here she gets that moment of hope. One person is alive, or was at some point. And if Whelk survived, maybe there's some other hope. We don't know for sure at this point. We don't know who might still be out there or what the situation may be. It's been an entire year and the world has been devastated. But there is a chance that things might get better. There's a chance we might be able to reconnect. And that is enough. Just that little spark of hope. Hi, Sid. God, I love this song. I need to cover it. Oh, Chrono, hi friend. Thank you for subscribing. welcome back. I mean, I've covered this song, but I want to do a new proper cover. So people, yeah, no, I love the cover that I wrote, that I have of Forever Rachel is very, it's one of those like embrace your cringe moments of like, if you watch that, you have an idea of just how much I love these characters. I wrote lyrics, I dressed up as Locke, and I sang Forever Rachel. But I'd like to do a proper regular cover that I could put up where people can listen to it off of YouTube too. Thank you, Chrono. I already cried when Forever Rachel started up, so we're in good shape. Yeah. So it's interesting. He's prepared for this. Somewhere out there, your friends are waiting for you. Go down the stairs by the stove. The road to your freedom awaits. And just to end it with love, Granddad. For this section of the game to work, like, you have to kind of imagine that she tries to nurse him back to health, and it's over a period of several weeks, so they are able to forge that connection. Not a single fish. Like, I did throw off the pacing by talking too much. But these people who so very much want, in the face of losing everything, to have something good. And, you know, Sid, while he's taking care of Celes in that year of her unconsciousness, which is interesting, paralleling that with Rachel's unconsciousness, and somebody taking care of her despite the odds when someone else might give up on you. Like, does he confront quite what's gone down with the Empire that he's been part of for so many years, that he's been responsible for? You know, does he think about, I mean, we know, because he's talked about, like, he's had misgivings, he's had guilt, talking about the treatment of the Espers, talking about what happens to Tara, talking about what happens to Celes. Like, this is a man who wrestles with a lot of guilt for good reason. At least he has a conscience. I think that he and Leo are both interesting characters, because they do come around. Why didn't they come around sooner? That's stuff that I'm interested in. But here he's not. People treat him. It's funny because people tend to treat Leo with more kindness. Fans looking back, they think back on Leo with more kindness and forgiveness than they do Sid. And like, Sid is responsible for what happens to the Espers, but Leo must have killed a lot of innocent people, you know? And I like that we can have conflicting feelings about them in a story. I don't know that I would feel so conflicted if they were people in the real world, but because this is a fictional story with fictional people. And also because rehabilitation is a thing. I don't know. I'm just gonna trail off ... on that one. So you're devastated but hopeful at this point. And you're like, what does it mean? The road to your, like, the path to freedom awaits. What does that mean? Ah. So he could have left you at any point during that year. He took care of you, and he built a raft. And other people couldn't take it and were probably like, Sid, your raft's not going to get you anywhere. And he's like, I'm going to keep making this. And they're like, this girl's never going to wake up. And he's like, no, she'll wake up. Yeah, no, Leo does seem like he tries to, like, mitigate the evil that he does, but he's still involved with an empire that does unabashedly evil things. And people who are part of empires excuse imperialistic behavior for all sorts of reasons. They come up with justifications, and I'm sure Leo does too. I have written my version of Leo where that's one of the main plot things is Leo and his justifications, and how the other characters feel about the fact that he keeps making justifications. So that sounds interesting. Read Darkness and Starlight. There's a hell of a lot of that. We're about to get to Themasa, so that's going to be exciting. But I don't know. I like the thought that Sid doesn't give up on her. And there is kind of a sense of responsibility, taking responsibility there. He's like, no, Celes' the pattern of Celes' life is partly my fault. It is my responsibility to take care of her and see that she has a chance, you know? And I think on some level, he's like, I will make this raft and she can go on this raft when she's well. I don't know that he ever intends to take the raft himself because, you know, he's an old man and frail health. But he's like, I will make this for Celes. And so it's kind of neat that then she becomes like, I wonder if he starts to think of her kind of like a granddaughter, because he's already said he kind of does, you know, he kind of thinks about himself as like a surrogate grandpa to her. If he and his, because I mean, imagine that solitary year. Even if the other people who were here were around for most of that year, there has to have been at least a couple of months that Sid is all alone here. And just thinking of like the stories he starts telling himself. I'm Grandpa Sid. I'm taking care of my granddaughter Celes. I'm going to make sure she's all right. And like a good grandpa, I'm going to try to take care of her future. I'll start making this raft for her. When she wakes up, she can go. I bet her friends are out there. Maybe I'll come with her, maybe not. I kind of like that. I feel like in some ways that's maybe Sid starting to atone for what he's done. You know? It's interesting. Celes, of course, knows what this is and what to do with it. So you don't have the control here. She stands. She has her moment of silence for him. And one of the things that we had to do when older games like this were the norm, when they were new, is you had to kind of fill in the gaps and interpret and understand. And so when they have these two characters in like 2 seconds form a, like, establish their grandfather-granddaughter relationship, like, you buy it. But I'd like to see what more cutscenes and stuff could do with something like this. No, Matt, we did not. I don't think saving Sid makes any narrative sense. I really like it as an Easter egg, but for me, it doesn't fit the story at all. It's a cool option they give you. But as I said earlier on the stream before you got here, they have a grand catastrophe and then they have to follow it up with a personal catastrophe. So we hit absolute rock bottom, because it is from rock bottom you can still find hope. Yeah, there's a lot of little things that it would be nice if they'd shown us, if they had done, that we don't see there. So yeah, you can't take your raft back. You go on your raft and you see what happens. Presumably Sid had prepared some stores for the raft as well, so she's got water and she's got food and things like that. And now you feel this. So I believe it is possible to not go on the overworld map once when you're dealing with the Sid situation. So I think it is possible and likely for this to be the first time that you hear this song. Because you can go through that whole sequence without leaving. You just go back and forth between the house and the beach, and I think that's what most people do. I mean, that's certainly a valid interpretation. That's not how I feel about it, but I can understand that. To me, that feels like we have like we go down here and then we kind of go like this a bit. And for me, I like the arc of that. Yeah, so this can be the first time you hear this track after you have this darkness and this hopelessness, and then this moment of hope, this glimmer of hope, this reminder again, it's love. No, it's not that tragedy is art. Art can be comedy as well. It is a common misconception that tragedy is the only way something can be artistically significant. That is a falsehood. It is not true. Comedy is a form of art that is at least as difficult to write. I would say comedy is like really effective comedy that you're working hard on is much harder to write. Like even I would say like even a mediocre comedy might maybe is easier to write than mediocre tragedy. I don't know, but I would say by and large, comedy is harder to do than tragedy. I'm just a person who likes. I do like things to be dramatic, but it's not the fact that it's tragic. It's the emotional flow of the story. It's taking you to a point and then lifting you up from that point. If you kind of go back and forth a bit, I feel like that kind of, for me, feels kind of like wibbly non-committal to the emotional arc a bit. Like it almost feels like it softens it. And I like the way that it flows this way. Also, I like the fact that this scene parallels an earlier scene. It contrasts with that earlier scene that's so powerful. But I really like how it is, again, like I've said, love is the central driving thing in this game. And so, yes, it is the love for Locke that gives Celes hope, but it is the love between Sid and Celes that saves her, like, physically. You know, him taking care of her, yes, before she wakes up, but afterwards, it is this gift of his love to her that lets her come here. And it is her honoring that love and recognizing that love. When she says, "Granddad, I'll make you proud," like that's tying it all together. And that's where that strength comes from. Because again, it's not just the romance that makes it's not just romance that's important love in this game. It's so beautifully done. Because even in the moment where the romantic love is what saves the day, it's not the only thing that saves the day. It's also this other love, which I like. I think that that's consistent with what they do with the rest of the game's story and the other characters, and I think that that's important. It's really nicely balanced because it doesn't in any way detract from the romantic love and the importance of the romantic love, but it complements it and once again establishes that romantic love is not the only love that matters. So here we are. The world is ruined. But we have one fragment of hope. If I remember correctly... Okay, no. I thought maybe you had the bandana, but you do not have the bandana. I thought you did. Why did I think you had the bandana? As, I don't know. So should I make a separate save? In case we want to go back and do that. Look at Sally's just a little pile on the ground. Oh, if I'd gone back to the... Oh, that's right, the bird still has the bandana, you're right. For some reason I thought that you got it. I don't know why I thought that. Hi, Ampy, thank you. Yes, we're going to work on that. So they make sure that they drop you off. First of all, you look at the map, which I don't think you have the map now, but like when you come here, you're like, I don't recognize this place. But they make sure to drop you off in a place where you cannot not see that town. And you need to go to a town because you are desperately alone, devastated. You just want to be you want to know, are other people still alive? I mean, obviously, this is not actually the end of the game, so we can assume, we could extrapolate that there are people alive. But you're like, I have to know what's going on. I have to know all of this stuff. Don't know if I know Johnny Atma. Yeah, people have a lot of conversations about whether Kefka or Sephiroth is a better character. I saw something recently that pulled in Luca Blight to that conversation, and I'm like, you really can't compare these guys, but okay. Depends on what you're looking for. But Kefka is definitely more effective than a lot of other villains because he does technically succeed at destroying the world. But yeah, this is such a like, because you don't know at this point, and you want to know what happened, what's going on, are there other people alive, what is the state of the world? You go into the town, not sure what you'll expect. drums. Oh, this is good. This is a good arrangement. So they lean into the folk instrument feel of the overworld. Not the overworld, of the world of balance. Kids Run Through the City Corner that they've done with the Pixel Remaster. They chose to use folk instruments there specifically. And so here, once again, they're doing folk instruments with kind of like a bit of a darker feel. If you aren't as familiar with the song as I am, this is actually one of my favorite songs in the game. I really love it. I love this, and I love Kids Run Through the City Corner. They're both fantastic, and I feel like you feel them, even though the instrumentation itself is different, the feeling of them and that leaning on the folk instruments kind of binds them, like it brings them together more in this version than the original necessarily has. So here we've got our fiddle. We've got our what is that? The Spanish guitar. That though, what is that? Oh, I should know what that instrument is. And we've got like I feel we've got like hurdy-gurdy type. I don't know that that's actually a hurdy-gurdy. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's very like, I don't know. I almost feel like I don't know, but I love the fiddle when the fiddle comes in there. It's very good. I'm gonna turn it up again a bit, sorry. You're gonna have to deal with this. God, the reed instrument there is so good. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm sorry, it's really pretty. So it has life and energy. It's very lively because it's the folk music, because it's the folk instruments. It does, somebody was saying it feels like music you would listen to around a campfire. It does have that feeling of like people are here making this music. So it's like a reminder that we are still alive. Well, it has that like kind of mournful quality to it still, you know, which I think is very, very perfect for what it is. The tower. You're like, what tower? This is the first you hear about the tower. This is the first time you go around doing anything in the world of Ruin. Sure, Metroid Moon. Go ahead. I'll see if I have a silly answer for you. Okay, so here's letting you know what tower. Here's information about that. Which appliance wins the fight, air fryer or microwave? Are they fighting each other? I feel like the air fryer would be more likely to win because I think those, I mean, an air fryer is basically a convection oven. And those heat up on the outside, whereas microwaves only do stuff inside. So the air fryer could damage the microwave if they were side by side, whereas the microwave would only be able to damage the air fryer if the air fryer was inside the microwave, which the air fryer could just avoid doing. Also, air fryers I think tend to be bigger than microwaves, so I don't know that it would fit. So my vote is on air fryer. And hello and good afternoon to you too. So here we get a bunch of new information, which is good. Kafka is practically a god now, sitting up in that tower, which we just heard the tower, with the power of the warring triad at his command. So that just tells you everything you need to know right there to have some sense of, oh, that's not good. So we're gonna go in here. Oh my god, Edgar uses the air fryer. It's super effective. I don't know, sorry. Welcome. prices haven't gone up, right? Teleport stone removes the party from a dungeon or battle. It's like, hey, this is gonna be hard for a while. Smoke bombs and teleport stones are like, nope. If you want to nope out of something. Man. Just put on a ribbon. God, this is such a good arrangement of this song. I love it. I'm a big fan. The Pixel Remaster has had very few misses and mostly really good hits. Oh, wait, are you serious? Oh, okay, so that guy has relocated. They really want to make sure you talk to him. So they put him here, so he's in your way. It's going all right. Albrook, which is again, Albrook is a place that is of significance to Locke and Celes fans. So it's interesting that you come here. This is kind of like where they reconnect after the last time they were separated. So you come here and maybe on some level, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit because that fiddle's coming through. But so like you're like, oh, maybe this is where they'll reunite again because we had that significant moment on the bridge here. But no, we have the young martial artist who visited here not long ago, and you're like, I haven't given up hope. Perhaps this other person who is a young martial artist is somebody that I know. Same determined look. All right, yeah, let's equip Celes. Oh, determination, yes. Oppose Kefka's will, yes. All right, so you, at this point, you know immediately, well, we're going to have to find a way to go against him. That's what we're going to do, but that's going to be, it's like, hello and welcome to what the plot of the second section. I call it the second half, but it's shorter than the first half. But you're like, okay, obviously that's what we're going to do, is we're going to, oh my goodness. Did I take damage? No, good. The world's ruined, there's nothing left. And you kind of have to decide, like, how do you feel about this? Hello. Alright, none of these swords are as good as what I've got. This guy's very polite about it. Hello, are you gonna explain something to me? This is a scholar. Ah, Atma weapon. I'm sorry that there's still Atma weapon to me. Speaking of, that was a good theme. That was a good song. Somebody told me that I should try playing it on flute. I might. Would you like to hear that one? What is that one? The Fierce Battle? Would you like to? I think that's the Fierce Battle. As a flute choir. Yeah, Phil, honestly, the protagonist argument for this game is something that people go back and forth on a lot. For me personally, Terra is the protagonist of the first half of the game. Celes is the protagonist of the second half of the game. They're the central character that the story wraps around. There's no question that Celes is the protagonist of the second half of the game because she is the only character that you have for the entire time. You don't have Terra for the entirety of the first half. The first half is a bit more disjointed in that regard. But when you don't have Terra, the story is about helping Terra. So, alright, so the Atma weapons were used during the War of the Magi 1,000 years ago. A sword whose blade was formed from its wielder's strength, and a monster born for destruction. Presumably these are things that the Magi created for their war, and that was bad. Oh, I've already gotten that. Well, that's fine. There are some other treasure chests we didn't get, and things we didn't get because it was going to be better in the World of Ruin, so I guess no, we'll get those! Oh god, we're gonna have to do the Phoenix Cave. Many ancient monsters that had long been sealed away were released when the world was ripped apart. Humbaba, Deathgaze, and the 8 legendary dragons! I'm not going to be fighting all of those, because that takes too long. And it's hard. Unless you really want me to. Alright. Okay, so you can get some good gear here, but not as good as what you can get in Thamasa, I think. Hello, old man. Finished the Emperor's painting. I did a portrait of him in the end. I have no idea why he didn't like it. I painted the thing he originally asked for in the background. Huh. I sure didn't need a painting of the Emperor, so I sold it to Auser. I thought the thing with microwaves was ruled to be like was proven by evidence to be kind of a fear that people had that wasn't actually founded in the science of the thing. Yeah, who needs a painting of that loser? I mean, if you like dogs, you could have a painting of Gestalt on your wall. Found this passage in a 1,000-year-old text. I love that this is the sprite of a scholar. You know, if you talk to this guy, he's going to tell you some sort of historical thing or explain to you how to play the game or something. 8 dragons seal away its awesome might, the might of the one called Crusader. Yes, they're like, hey, we're going to drop some hints for you of things that you can do because this game is now open-ended. Have fun with that. Well, I know in the 80s there was a big scare about using microwaves, especially for pregnant women. But I'm pretty sure that they did some studies on it over the past several decades and have concluded that that's not actually a concern. It's interesting to come here and be like, oh wow, this is very different from the last time that I was here. It's Wondrous Days of Plenty. In case you don't remember, they're going to give you this. Oh my god, do you remember this song? Do you remember this song? It's neat because it's a little bit of normalcy, even though it's kind of awful because it's imperial occupation. It still feels normal and lively compared to everything being wrong. And so you're like, the people here are kind of nostalgic for that time, even if it was also bad. On the day the world was shattered, debris gravitated to the center of this continent from all over the world, formed Kefka's Tower. So Kefka's Tower is made of pieces of other maps and things. It's neat. Business. Oh, this is the guy who talks about whether things are bad for business or the soldiers, I think. So here we have Sabin, who's like, have you seen any of my friends? They look like this, or this. And so this lady apparently has a good memory for the things that Sabin asked for. It was like, oh, you're one of those people like that guy was looking for. So you're like, okay, Tzen is still around. So we're on what used to be the southern continent. Yes, Celes perhaps has a hard time recognizing that she's a friend. But she's a friend. I don't know. I, of course, have a very melodramatic interpretation of Celes, but... Oh, look at this. There's some Magitech armor. Tell you how I would describe her because I've described her many times. I can think of how Sabin, but I mean, Celes has to have a very distinctive and unique presence. And if you say, you know, she's this, you know, I mean, I guess a lot of people have blonde hair and blue eyes, but I think you could describe her in a way that would be distinctive. But like I said, I think she would have a distinctive presence. I think there would be a bit of a strangeness to her. Where I think she, there we go. Oh, so they tell you, okay, so here's the tower. Maybe we don't want to do that yet. But they're like, Tzen is to the north. Maybe we'll go there. It's nice they tell you where to go next, so you can do that. The Serpent Trench is no longer a valley in the ocean floor. It's above the surface now. So it's like, huh. Things have changed. That's bad. That's right, the cult. Oh my god. Here we go. We did just save, right? Oh, you're like, hey, I know that guy. All right, let's see if we can do this. Oh, you mean Celes is strong? Yeah, I try to draw her with some at least wiry muscles. She seems like she has a slender frame, but would be really rough, like really, really tough. So, but she's also been unconscious for a year, so I don't know. I play those little runs on the flute when my band plays this. God, this is a really solid arrangement of this song. All right, Sabin. Celes is like, oh my God, one of my friends is alive, and they did tell you were gonna have a friend here. But like, I remember when I was a kid, this was extremely exciting to be like, oh, thank God one of my friends is here. Also, I love the Figaros. So, he's like, hey! All right, folks, so you're ready to see how well I do this? That's probably useful. Oops. I don't know what I should do here. I guess I should probably cast spells, huh? What should I cast? The timer has stopped. Okay, cool. Do I want to cast a spell on these enemies, or are they easy enough to take out? Because I don't have a ton of magic. Yeah, I suppose I should actually use the run button, but I don't, because I can't be trusted with it. Because I feel like I should do this. I don't know, we'll see. Bum, 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 bum. Oops, hold on. Thanks, Phil! Let's see if this works. Yeah! Alright, Celes. Kill them all, Celes. Bam, bam, bam. There they go, goodbye. What?! Okay, well, we're just gonna do our best and try not to die. Oh my God, these guys are hard. Okay, that's better. Okay, we'll see if I regret this. I should probably heal, actually. I should also probably stick myself in the back row, shouldn't I? That's fine. Should probably done that beforehand, but that's fine. Come on. Should I not blizzard these guys? Should I fire them? Just chewing through my magic here. Oops. Oops, hold on. Shoot. Okay, I knew this was gonna happen. Alright, Celes. Ah, jeez. Okay. Bugs are weak to ice? Are they? I would think they would be weak to fire, but I don't really know, apparently. Okay, there we go, that's better. Oh good, I got a level! Yay, okay, hold on. Oops. Okay, we're gonna try to run here. Okay, so there's the kid. Okay, I don't know if I want this stuff. Do I want to get this stuff? Should probably run. Are bugs weak to fire in Pokemon? Maybe that's where I get it from. Should I run from these guys, actually? Are they not worth the time and effort? We'll see. I might actually lose this thing, so I think I might be taking too long getting all this stuff. I've got time, okay. I don't remember if I have to fight something when I get the kid, or if I just get the kid. Oh wow, I have a lot more health. I don't know what that is, but I got it. Oh! Alright, well, we'll see what we do. Come on, Celes. Murder these enemies. All right. I think we're gonna get this. I think we're gonna have gotten all the stuff too. Sorry, kid, that I've been like just like getting stuff, but you know. Oops. Might help if I could actually run. Oops. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Come on, Celes. Oh, I'm almost out of magic. Well, that's fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay, hold on. Wrong button. Oops, that was too many. That's okay. Okay, so that's everything. So then we just get out of here, right? Okay, so I got all the stuff, right? So I guess we'll just... Ah, shoot. How do we get out? Shoot. Let's pretend that I know what I'm doing. Okay, Celes. Oh, we're gonna be out of magic soon. That's fine. We'll do this. I think we've got time. I think we'll be okay. Yeah. Yeah, I looked at the map and realized up and around is the way to go. Should probably have put myself in the back row, but you know, that's fine. Oh god, okay, this is gonna be a little closer than it should be, but that's alright. Ah! Shoot. Okay. Come on, Celes. This is gonna be close. We're gonna get it. We're not gonna die. Sabin's not gonna die. The kid's not gonna die, and everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna be close. Closer than it should be, but that's fine. I'm not good at aiming, as it turns out. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh, I can't run away. Shoot. Oh, we're gonna die. Oh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm good at video games. This is why I tell people, even though I love this game very much, do not expect me to be very good at them. I love Blue Glass being like, you're fine. See, you got this. And like Celes like limps out with like 10 seconds to spare and like 10 HP. It's fine. Sabin lets it go and the entire house goes crumbling down. Whoops. So it's not that it's on fire, it's that it's collapsing. Okay. I love Sabin's response to this. Because he's like the big jolly guy, you know? He doesn't let things get to him. And I think that he's a really, I don't know, I love the Figaro brothers. I love this line. I'm glad they kept this. Do you think a little thing like the end of the world was going to do me in? It's so good. It's such a good line. I feel like this is like one of the most iconic Sabin lines. And he like poses all cool while his music starts and you're like, oh my god, I'm so glad my friend is okay. Celes is like, wait a minute, if you're okay, that means that maybe actually this isn't a wild goose chase I'm on right here. And then she's like, okay, well then hope established. Then we're gonna punch Kefka in the face, obviously. Smash Kefka and deliver peace to the world. I love Sabin. He's just, I'm sorry, how can you not love Sabin? He's tall. Some oblas. That's okay. I know, kiddo. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you guys can rebuild your home or move into a new home and things will be okay. Kefka's watching her every move. Heebie-jeebies is not a thing you hear very often. I should probably equip him first. Oh, I should probably heal her. Okay, we're good. Can I get that treasure chest? There's treasure chests here. Can I get them? Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. Oh my god, Mega Sabin, thank you. I appreciate that. That is a reference to my childhood fan art. The very first piece of Final Fantasy VI fan art, the oldest Final Fantasy fan art that I could find, is Mega Sabin. Then there's a picture of Whelk that's not much less old. From like... Was I in 5th or 6th grade when this game came out? Alright. Anything new here? And you're like, oh, these are some weapons that only these two can use. We've got a dancing lady. Nikeah. So they're giving you a sense of where places are. So Mobliz is, I think, to the east. North is Nikeah. Ships are still sailing. Okay, good to know that some things are still operational and okay. If you oppose Kefka, he'll not just kill you, but everyone you've ever loved. Destroyed Mobliz. The adults all perished trying to shield their children. And you're like, are you serious? And Final Fantasy VI is like, do I look like I'm messing around? What about anything that's happened in this game makes you think that it's going to pull its punches? This is a nice old... Like, I think it's an old lady. Oh man, I really want to do the shadow dream sequences, but I don't think we'll be able to get them. They're random. Let's see, is there anyone I haven't talked to yet? You? Terrifying monster named Humbaba has been terrorizing the area around Mobliz. Ha! Juicy gossip! Oh, I need to get some juicy gossip and then come back. I don't remember what juicy gossip I traded with that guy. Oh, I guess I could stay at the inn. So I should probably... Oh, I guess I could heal. God, I'm sorry. When it picks up with the loop and the violin, the fiddle plays, I'm like, yes, this is so good. All right. That's not a lot of money, so yeah, I guess we'll do this. Ding. All right. So where do we go from here again? Do we go to, I don't think we can do Mobliz yet, right? I think... Oh, this is gonna be hard. Fortunately, everything is about to get better for us. Wait, oh, the enemies just expire. Never mind. Okay. Oh, is this? Never mind. This isn't the... That's, is that the Phoenix Cave? Sorry, you're just gonna deal with me randomly singing along. Meow, meow, meow. I love the detail work of the backgrounds. I love that the battle backgrounds were so gorgeous in the original that in the Pixel Remaster, mostly what they do is just add more colors because they can. Is this a chocobo? Some normal music. So again, it's got the folk instrument sound. This chocobo stables my life. I'm not gonna stop renting out chocobos just because the world's falling to pieces. This guy's my new hero. Sure, let's listen to the worst music in the game. Are you ready? Are you ready for the worst music in the game? Celes rides around in a circle to make sure she remembers. Oh my god. Sorry. All right, so that's... Sorry, the chocobo riding was not designed with the expectation that you'd be able to use a stick. My goodness. So we're just gonna cruise around here. Where am I? What town is this? Sorry, the song needs that. That's Nikeah. Oh, this is Nikeah. That's where I want to be then. Okay, do we think of it as Nikeah or Nikeah? How do we say this? How do we pronounce this? What is our consensus? I haven't checked the Japanese pronunciation. Do we want to go to Mobla's? Do I want to go to Mobla's and get the Mobla's story started, or do we want to go to Nikeah? Nikeah. Nisa? How do you get the C sound? So it's with a K. Or is this the norm in a language that I don't know? Maybe I should cover this for my next April Fools. So this is Mobla's, which is good stuff. But I think I might go ahead and come back and do that later. What, you don't think that my meowing? Oh, okay. Well, were they naming it for an ancient Greek city? Yeah, we're gonna do this. Hi, Skaploony. All right, so we jump off. We get rid of that. Ah, okay. Oh, both sticks. Both sticks. You walk with both sticks. Neat. Did I save? I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I should probably equip you with some relics, my friend. Magic up? Detailing knighthood's moral code to cover critically wounded allies. Earring. We want to put earrings on him, right? Right? Because I'm doing fire dance, and I should also put him in the back row. Celes fights, so. Alright, now we save. I don't know. Alright, so I don't remember from here where we go or who we recruit. So this song is still the same. Keep a low profile here so we don't draw Kefka's ire. So everyone is scared of Kefka. And everyone's always been scared of Kefka. They're just more scared of Kefka now. To see if there's people or like elixirs that I haven't already gotten, but I think I've already gotten all of the clock elixirs. I love that clock elixirs are a thing. I should probably put a reference to that in Darkness and Starlight. Hi, Nikeah, folks. I see that shopping is still a thing here. Good. I love how they thank me for not buying anything. Hi. I awoke to find myself all alone in Doma Castle. There's monsters in my dreams. So you're like, that sounds significant. Is this sword good? Should I get this sword? It looks good. It seems like it's a good sword. And it raises my magic and my magic evasion. Yes, no, Kefka is even more bad news. He's worse news than he was. I want to get this. I feel like I should get this. What is Runeblade? Why don't I have it? Oh, no thanks. Figaro Castle ran into some kind of trouble and got stuck beneath the desert. That's not good. But so here, you know, Nikeah is where like the gossip's going to happen because they are still in touch with a lot of the rest of the world. So they'll give you all sorts of information about things and you're like, that sounds important. Oh, a new shield. Alright, we'll buy some new stuff. Everybody can wear this, so we'll do that. Equip. We'll give her the... No, not that. Oh, she's got... Why can I put a weapon here? How come I can put a weapon in this hand? What's going on? I shouldn't, right? I shouldn't be able to, right? So this will lower her magic, but raise her defense. Do I want to swap magic for defense here? Sure. I thought he... Oh, I guess he can't wear that one. I guess it's the body, that's it. The diamond vest, that's what he can wear. And I think she can swap to that too, yes. There we go. We are better off. Thank you. No, thank you, my friend. Hello, child with green hair. The road you took to get here used to be at the bottom of the ocean. You don't say. Hello, child. I think you should buy something to encourage me. I love this kid. This kid cracks me up. Evasion plus 20. Prayer beads. That's interesting. So let's have a description. Okay. By warriors of a foreign land. Alright. So South Figaro Ferry. So you're like, alright. Getting a sense for what cities are still in existence. Oh, hello. We lost our old boss that day. Oh, right! Yes! Gerad. He's feeding the sandworms. And goes into the castle through a secret cave that nobody else knows about. The boss wants to sneak into Figaro Castle, so... Some freak chance the dungeon ended up next to a sandworm nest where the castle stopped. Alright, so don't you talk to all of those guys. So in case you didn't get it, the head of that gang of thieves, Gerad, was flirting. He's kind of handsome, and you're like, that's Edgar. Although I don't know if I made that connection at this point. When I was a kid. He's feeding the sandworms now. So I didn't recognize Edgar because he's got himself in disguise. Yes, Gerad is Edgar's name with the letters rearranged, but when I was a kid, I don't know that I got that immediately. Make sure we talk to everybody. The thieves that have escaped from Figaro Castle and they want to go back. And Edgar's like, I got this under control. I wonder how they did that with his name in the Japanese version. If it's like the sounds have changed, but the letters are similar, or what? Because I don't know enough about Japanese to take a guess as to how that would work, or if it's exactly the same. All right. Hello. Chartered by the Crimson Robbers. Get out of here, Scram. 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 I want to stow away. Is that not what I do? Do I not stow away? I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of... I'm sure there's some kind of, Wait, oh, there's Chocobo Stables. Is there anything else up here? Some kind of wordplay in his name. I'm just curious about the specifics of it. So if anybody knows that, please do weigh in. How do I do this again? There's a trigger in town. Thank you, Blue Glass. You can tell by me wandering around lost. I'm like, what? Oh, hello! Here he is. Thank you. Yes. I feel like this is even more obviously him than usual. So his hair is dirty and his colors are different. He looks more like a... he looks more scruffy. Maybe he's got a beard. In Japanese, Gerad's name is Jeff. That, oh my god, because like... So he actually changes his name to a different name in Japanese. Amazing. That's actually kind of delightful that they decided to do something. I wonder why they changed that for English. I wonder. Just like, aren't you Edgar? She's like, Edgar, come on. And so like, oh, this guy is in the way. Oh, Edgar, I know that feeling. Oh my god, amazing. Amazing. This is so great. Hello. And then, of course, because this is a JRPG, memory loss could be a thing. Celes is like, come on. You're still flirting with me, you dum-dum. So, Sabin really should say something here. And thus is one of my greatest complaints with the world of Ruin. Because there is no guarantee that you will have these characters in your party because things are open-ended. They don't have flags for conversation between the specific characters in your party and what's happening. Yeah, I can see Blade Tiger. I can see he's just like, oh my god. Could you guys just wait just a little while longer? Please do not blow my cover. My idiot brother is going to mess this up for me. Yes. Yes, exactly. He's like, well, I'm glad they're not dead. Especially because he doesn't know that Sabin's still alive. So you'd have to, oh my god, thank god my brother is still alive. But I still have to do this. But, because Edgar has years, a decade of experience playing the foppish Playboy King so that the Empire doesn't wise up to the fact that he's actually a tactical and mechanical genius, what's a little bit more pretending, you know? I just seem to be just being like, oh my god, okay, well I have to mash those feelings down. Oh, thank god my brother's still alive. Mash those feelings down. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. Yeah, there should be party member triggers throughout the world of Ruin, and there are not. Yes, Lily, have you not heard me say Edgar is Batman? He's not quite to the degree of Batman where Bruce Wayne is 100% the persona, but yes. My interpretation of Edgar, which I feel is like, because people are like, oh, he's just a silly playboy. I'm like, what about Edgar's actual actions makes you think he doesn't have a serious side. I think he legitimately, genuinely really likes flirting. I really do think he is naturally a flirt. But he's very, very, for me, very, very clearly playing up his don't take me seriously, please underestimate me, Empire. Yeah, no, what I'm saying is because he has so much experience doing that, I think that's how he's actually able to mostly not crack. Because if you think about it, like, it's a big enough deal to see somebody you don't expect that you know, let alone somebody that you don't expect to see that you know, that you didn't know if they were alive or dead. But add on top of that, your beloved twin brother, you know? Like, that is a lot to be able to keep a poker face through. But because Edgar has experience doing things like that, I would buy that he can do that. I love Edgar. And I will fight to defend his honor. He does kind of have bat gadgets. That's a good point, Skiploony. Yeah, no, like, hitting on Celes, that's a little problem in that his, although if you're going to pick a persona to play, have that persona have some elements of your real self makes it easier for you to pull it off, but that does make you a little bit more recognizable to people who know you. So there's a slight problem with his persona that he's putting on there. Yeah, I think it's really, like, I like this as a character moment, but Sabin should have a line where he says, big brother, don't you recognize me? You know? Don't make me have to hit you upside the head to get your memory back. Like, there should be a line from Sabin there. There should be. They're just straight up there should be, especially because Sabin is very likely to be the first character that you get. So. Now, you don't actually need him. You need Celes, Edgar, and Setzer. Those are the only characters that you are required to get to beat the World of Ruin. So it's the CES playthrough if you're choosing to do that, which has many challenges because then you have one character parties. Yeah, no, Nix, it's I feel that the World of Ruin has some of the most interesting story and character and emotional moments in the game, but it is like some of the weakest telling because of that specifically. Because I think kind of across the board, they seem to have made the executive decision that they really can't put flags in a lot of scenes, so they just don't, even when it's screaming for it. And I'm like, Sabin needs to be like, big brother, ... what's wrong? You know? Ho, 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 do we ever? And here's all his serious grumpy face. Obligatory World of Balance Sabin suplexing Edgar battle? I don't remember that being a thing, so we didn't do that, no. Celes is clever. She's like, well, just throw away. What are you, like, I mean, we can assume that what she's thinking there is, what are you doing, Edgar? What are you scheming? Well, we're coming along. We're gonna do this. So the music here, South Figaro is doing all right. Still need to shop. Shop. Well, shopping is not quite the word, but that's fine. So I love South Figaro. The inn on the second floor. They're like, hey, we know where you want to go, what you want to do, but oh my god, I got a tent. I don't know if Celes has spy or infiltration training specifically, but she has a lot of skills and she's very clever and resourceful, so I think she could figure it out. Plus, she's been hanging out with Whelk, who is a spy. You know, she's spent the past however many months hanging out, paying very close attention to one Whelk Cole spy extraordinaire. I mean, she picked up on a few things from him. Oh my god. Can I just mention that I love Whelk and Celes? Have I mentioned that I love Whelk and Celes yet this stream? Man, I failed at getting the stuff from here. So South Figaro is doing okay. Because the thing with South Figaro, my theory about South Figaro, then if you've read Darkness and Starlight, Locke goes off about this because Locke and I are the same person, clearly. No, no, so South Figaro is like stubborn as hell. So they're like, invasion, fire, apocalypse, whatever. We'll just find a way through it. We'll rebuild, we'll pick back up, we'll make it work. You know? I like that. And I feel like that, I think that the game talks about that somewhere. Figaro Castle disappeared the day the world was torn asunder. People have such dramatic ways of talking about it. To be fair, it's a dramatic thing. A young guy just came through town searching for a legendary treasure with the power to bring back the dead. A young guy who wants to bring back the dead, huh? That wouldn't be significant. Oh, Scapluni, yeah, it would be interesting to have a battle with him where he's like, huh? So it's these. It's just like, where are these guys coming from? Oh no, the people are all dead with no air to breathe. Little girl stopped coming here. I haven't seen her since that fateful day. Oh. Oh no, is that telling us that that child died? Oof. Let's go explore the rest of South Figaro before we do this. At least they're working towards a goal. I suppose that's true. Yeah, this right here, this is it. We can't mope around hanging our heads forever. We have to start rebuilding. So like this and these guys being like, we need to have a purpose. We need to do something. Like, this guy's just standing here watching the wheel, watching the water wheel and getting dizzy. What the hell, guy? What the heck, dude? This is a parting gift from the Empire. I don't know, man. And you're like, who uses spears again? Should I get him a spear? He never spears anything. He just uses his tools. But you're like, yeah, I know. I'll buy this and that'll give me something that I can give to him when he joins my party. Dover, hey, what's up? We are searching for friends. God, I love this song. I'm sorry, I hope you don't mind that I'm just like literally singing along constantly. But it's just, I love the soundtrack to this game so much. And when I go on autopilot, my brain starts filling in the music. This is just kind of how I roll. I have a lot of holy water, my goodness. So how are you doing, Dover? What have you been up to? So here's like a moment of consequence because that little girl who stopped coming around, maybe she didn't make it. And so you have people again drawing strength from the fact that the people that they love are all right. Because that's significant. You know? Yes, this is what I'm talking about. This is the heart and soul of South Figaro. You have multiple people who are like, no matter what happens, if the light of judgment burns down our town 100 times, we'll rebuild it 200 times. Does that even make sense? Thank you, child. That's it right there. I love this town. Duncan's alive. What? Oh, wait, no, this is just this house. Okay, sorry. Mega Man, Duskers, Card Survival, Tropical Island. Wow, that's a lot of stuffed over. I don't even know what all of those are. Yeah, I can see, because the Figaro brothers, both of them, don't tend to give up. They're pretty stubborn. I feel like South Figaro is connected to Figaro, but like they seem to have their like some independence, like some like separate. They seem like to me they seem like okay. My interpretation of this is that South Figaro was like, hey, can we kind of be our own place? And Figaro Castle's like, yeah, that's fine. We'll be here if you need an ally, but we're not going to tell you what to do. So they've got. I would assume that they're like basically like siblings instead of like being ruled by and paying taxes to. I don't know. But I do think like there's a certain determination, cheerful stubbornness. No, Dover, there isn't. But I'm sure that there are fanfics about Edgar getting married, probably to Terra, of that as the name. In fact, if you go to AO3, I can almost guarantee there's got to be at least one fanfic called The Marriage of Figaro that is that. My husband's still alive and well, past Narsh. You're like, what? Are you serious? I thought he died. We murdered his son. Although, I don't know. We haven't been in here yet, have we? And then we will go onward. I'm sorry, I just really like South Figaro. There's nothing left of my hometown, even if I wanted to go back. Oh, I imagine I wouldn't be surprised if Figaro like exports machinery, mechanical things to other parts of the world. Shouldn't we thought we'd be able to rest easier with the Empire gone? Excuse me, sir? You're... I'm gonna sigh in frustration with that man. And yes, recovering, like, Sabin being the first one to get, that's what you do, I think. Jump on the turtle, oh, jump on the turtle. These kids. Yes, children. Like, seriously, Edgar. I suspect that Kefka had made a magical announcement that he's God now, frankly. Like, that seems like a very Kefka thing to do. And see, everyone's worried about the people of Figaro and Figaro Castle, so Edgar's like, I must go down there and rescue my people. He takes his job very seriously. Case of mistaken identity. That phrase. Ding. Wait. So is it not supposed to play Kids Run Through the City Corner when you first arrive? Is that a glitch? Because this is... Oh, no? Oh my god, Lily, that's clever. I appreciate that. That's funny. Alright, wait, hold on. That guy's just sticking around. I thought there were more of his people here. So it goes, I guess it briefly goes there. The flagging is a little strange. That's fine. Right, I was about to like go the direction that would be the direction that you would go to get to the cave if you were in actual normal South Figaro, but we are not. Should we get a chocobo? No, it's right over here. Good. Okay. Wait, I forgot that he was here. I have a... This is a... I've almost finished my cover of this song. Alright, Sabin, set some things on fire, please, friend. Oh, Neck Hunter. You look like a dude from Zozo. No, you hit me the worst. Alright, so we're actually gonna get the treasure chests here because the best stuff. Oh, look at that. Oh, I should probably make sure Sabin has one of those equipped, shouldn't I? Humpty Dumpty. Oh, man. Man, I really like this game, folks. Did you know that? The battle theme feels really comfortable. Oh my god. Oh no. The after year. God, I hope not. Oh my god, Sabin needs 11 for a level. Sabin, my friend, that is what we call tripping over a level. You on fire. You don't set me on fire. Jeez. What are these guys thinking? No. You cut that out right now. Yay! Sabin got a level. Probably should have changed out. If I really wanted to maximize things, I would have changed out so he got something for that. But I don't really care that much. Sorry. I hope you'll forgive me, folks. No, because Celes is hitting with her weapon, so she's not in the back row. That's right, she's got the shield. Oh no! Okay, good. You don't want Sabin to be confused. That's bad news. Oh, geez, Dante. Hello. Oh, hold on. Actually, no, I bet I know what I want to do here. I bet I want to Aura Bolt him. Yeah, Dover, it's a good question. Because people have talked about wanting a sequel, but like I do think that would be a problem. Okay, well, fine. I guess I didn't need to worry about that. Yay, Sabin! Learned cure. We might as well get these. So I guess once we've got that, we want to give him Katesith, because that'll give him, because Katesith or Madwin. I guess I could, yeah, I'll give him Madwin or something, and give Celes something else. But I want to get Seraph. I want to have, it's good to have, because he's kind of my support healer. Because he's not going to be using magic in combat, so it's good to have people out who are not your main magic users have the full range of like healing stuff. It's very helpful. Hi guys. So that you can heal between encounters with that. So I want him to have that. Yeah, well, like, I can conceive of stories that would function as a sequel to Final Fantasy VI, but gameplay-wise, it would have to be completely different because there is no magic, you know, and so taking out the espers would change the gameplay dramatically, so you'd have to have something else in its place. I think it would be interesting to have, like, some sort of, like, a, I don't know, like, Dark Cloud 2, like, Dark Cloud style, like, rebuilding mechanics or something. I don't know. Some yummy food for a good little turtle, and the turtle goes backwards. It doesn't even turn around. You used to have me a pet turtle. She's gonna jump on the turtle. Don't actually jump on turtles' backs, folks. Hi, Sir Gregness. Yes. A battle mage, yeah. Well, that's another thing that people have talked about some, is you could make a prequel story. But again, though, I think that the gameplay of it would be different. Because at that point, you'd have more people who had magical infusions, rather than equipping Magicite, necessarily. Or something like that. Yeah, well, other character abilities, I think, officially do not involve magic, because they make a point that Leo refused magic, and then he has his weird thing that he does, his superpower. So I assume that everyone else's superpower is not magical. Strago's is. Strago's lore is. And I would say that Realm's sketch is. I would say that that is the way in which their magical heritage. Spoilers, I'm working on writing Themasa right now. But I would say that is how their magical heritage comes through. So that would be different. But I think a lot of the others are just supposed to be a normal human ability that's just especially good. Have I read Captain Super Nintendo? I don't think I'm familiar with Captain Super Nintendo. Ah, you can't go out this way. Neat. Oh, I know Captain N. The Game Master, that's correct. Oh man. So, Sir Gregness, just so you know, I start streaming technically at noon-ish on Saturdays for Final Fantasy VI. Noon my time, which is Eastern time. Usually takes me a few minutes to get up and running, and then we chat a bunch. And then we chat about the game eventually. Oh, Lauren. Why do I talk so much? I don't know, but I do. Enjoy your lunch, Matt. I don't know that we're gonna go late today because I have a mound of laundry and my room is a mess, and I have so many projects that I need to try to finish. So, oh my god, Dover, wait, are you talking about a Muso game? Like Dynasty Warriors? Oh my god. Mara with log on his shoulder, that's cute. Yay, Celes! Path on the right here leading up, okay. Oh, did I do it wrong? Did it close up behind me? No. Ah, I see, thank you. Oh, but then my boy Locke would be the worst. He would be even more useless than usual if he was in a Muso game. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I love that people are able to make passion projects like that. Like, I came across somebody else is working on a Final Fantasy VI novelization, and I was like... It's one of those things where you kind of assume that somebody else has done the thing that you're doing, but still. I'm almost ready to share my cover of this song with the world. I'm really proud of it, actually. Well, I mean, I've been playing it at live shows. If you come to tomorrow's concert, you can hear me perform it live with a new updated backing track with my new arrangement that I fixed up from the last time you would have heard it. So, if you like Final Fantasy VI, you should come to the concert tomorrow. On this channel, starting at around 12:31-ish Eastern time. And it will be going, and I will be playing at 4:30-ish because we've got 4 acts before me, but 2 of them are not playing an entire hour set. So you should come. Well, it's an improved arrangement. It's the same arrangement, but I've done more work to it. It's almost done. And let's see what else I'm gonna do. Yeah, I don't remember. The thing is, like, the whole, and I've complained about this before, the whole thing with Siegfried and Lone Wolf and all of that stuff, like, made no sense to me as a kid. Oh, monster contracts. Oh, interesting, Dover. But the question is, how much magic is involved? Like, are monsters magical? How does that work? And how do you summon them if it's not magic? Like, what does that mean? Do you put them in little balls and carry them around in a bag and Ultros, I choose you? I don't know. I love him. I mean, there are people who don't take Edgar seriously as a king. And I'm like, did you play the same game that I did? Everything he does is motivated by trying to take care of his people and do what's best for his people and his brother. Like, he so desperately wants to do what's right for other people. He takes his responsibility so seriously that to a certain degree, it's like there's not really any room for Edgar, you know? Like, he flirts and he has fun in that regard, but that's like kind of the only way he has, like, the only outlet he has. Everything else he does is for someone else. He's an incredibly driven, selfless character who, like, his responsibility to his people is at the absolute core of literally everything he does. So he concocts this dangerous scenario where he's like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna use this thing because I have to get in there and help people. Well, some of the monsters, like the big monsters, are like creations from the War of the Magi. So those would be gone. Atma weapon, etc. Yeah, well, Sir Gregness, I'm pretty sure that that's one of those things that you're just like, shh, don't think too hard about it. You know? Okay, so the thing is that they are suffocating. The timing of it is a little weird. But I guess Edgar gets there as fast as he possibly can, and it takes people, fortunately, however long. Oh, hello, you're doing fine. Oh, no, you're not doing fine. Okay. Why does it play this song here? And like Sabin should have something to say here too. Like, all of this stuff should have scripted dialogue of some sort that is Sabin reacting to the situation that would personally affect him. But it doesn't happen because that's not what they did. Oh, I guess I could probably be leveling Sabin up with something. Sabin, have you... Okay. How close are you? And of course, you know, Super Nintendo era time, we would be like imagining what his reaction would be to these things, you know? Man, the background looks really cool. But what's neat is that however, like, and I mentioned this like not that long ago, but however cool these combat backgrounds are, they're improved versions of the already cool stuff in the original. God, can you imagine not having Sabin here? Yeah, no, I mean, like, I think that the fire magic in that case, like, can stand in for, yeah, Molotov cocktails or whatever, but it's mostly, that's just gameplay stuff that you don't think too hard about. Oh no, Celes, you missed! That's okay, Sabin will set them on fire some more, so it's all good. I seem to recall that this thing is hard. Is one of these two rooms a save point? I'm trying to remember. I feel like there is one. No save down here? Okay, that's about right then. Maybe they've added a bucket, though, because this is the Pixel Remaster, and the Pixel Remaster adds buckets. Oh, good. Okay, we're going to be able to put something else on Sabin soon. Hello, buddy. Okay, this is where we came from. So to that Piccolo. Piccolo! I'm sorry. I gotta be a flute sometimes. Oh man, I have given myself another stupid musical project that is going to take too much work. You can always count on me to pile more projects on my own plate. So yeah. Something that's not related to Final Fantasy VI for once. That's okay, I've got other Final Fantasy VI projects coming out my ears, so I think I'm covered on that front. I'm still working on the entire soundtrack to the game. Royal crown, neat. Is that something that can only be used by the boys? By the bros, the Figaro bros. I saw some other people using the term Figaro bros recently. I don't remember if I made that up for myself or saw it before, but God, the Piccolo doing a weird little thing. No, it's fair, Dover. That seems plenty profound to me. But I certainly do passion project things. No, I had an idea for I'm gonna do at least one song, maybe more than one if I'm able to figure out how to do all of that in the amount of time. But I want to do some music for Pride Month, which is June. So at least I'm giving myself more than 3 weeks this time, unlike Maya. my April Fool's project, which I had 3 weeks, and it was a big thing. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see if I'm able to pull it off. We'll see if I'm able to get some friends on board to maybe help. So, yeah. Yay! Sally's got a level! Listen to that piccolo. Do you hear that piccolo? Do you hear the piccolo? You should hear the piccolo. How could you not hear the piccolo? The piccolo is in your face. That is the job of the piccolo. Oh man, about to get Asuna. And then, what does this one do again? Status ailments. Okay, that's heal. Got it. Then I will get that. And is there anything I need to do? Running shoes. Okay, hold on. That is it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that Blue Glass is here. Like, okay, Lauren is going to need this help. Hermes sandals is what they're called in this game, apparently, in this translation. There we go. All right. Yes, I will fire dance at everything. Oh man, do you hear that low brass? Just splurt. Edgar, like, immediately is like, I need to get here and I need to deal with this. I love Edgar. I love Edgar Figaro. An incredible king who needs to be respected. I will fight to defend his honor every chance I need to. All right. Well, they changed the one problematic line for the humor that did not stand up. And I'm very, very glad. I really like that. The line that they gave him instead in this version specifically is a very good line. And I'm so glad that it replaced the line that it did. She's like, oh my god, Edgar. And there needs to be a line for Sabin there, but there isn't, you know? Alright. I'm gonna attack. Why do I have 7 bioblasters? Okay, and enemy dropping them would probably make sense. If you'd use all 7 at once, my goodness, that would be a thing. Can I poison these guys? Should I poison these guys? And then they'll just like tick down, tick, 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 tick. I love that the tentacles like they turn around. Edgar hits them, they turn, they face him. Sabin hits them, they turn and face him. It's great. Oh no! Oh. Oh, should I be drilling them instead? Oh no, you jerks! Okay, hold on. Hold on, we're gonna do this. No, don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare. Okay. We gotta get him out of there, he's gonna die. Okay, that one's dead. Oh, oh, God. Okay, well, I guess I actually probably should have one of them heal him, or one of them bring him back to life, and one of them heal him. But you know what? Do you have life? Do you not have life? Oh no. Okay, well. That's fine. Fortunately. Fortunately. Yes. We just saw to it that Sabin did. Alright, Sabin, you're going to blitz your way through it. Or a cannon. Firebolt! Alright. And then you're gonna attack, and then we're gonna do this. Alright, cool. Thank you so much for the haste shoes tip. That was very helpful. That was essential. Good job! Edgar only died a little bit. Otherwise we were fine. Yay! Acting like you didn't know me. Us. Like you see like why I complain about this? Because the game is about the relationships between its characters. The strength of that. And finding your friends is what you do. Searching for friends is what this part of the game is all about. But they didn't flag so that the brothers talk to each other. They just escaped from your own jail. Yeah, and then Sabin does have some lines, but there should be more. Monster must have gotten him. It didn't even last as long as the last boss. See, they're not total jerks. Yeah. I don't care about treasure. There are much bigger problems. Saving Figaro and saving the world. Edgar's great. He's like, that's fine. It's fine. Sabin does a little dance. Alright, hold on. Oh man, I forgot that we've got the haste shoes. Okay, well that's all good. Statue in the middle has a thing. Okay, we'll go back and get that. And you're going to tools flash. Alright. And then we'll just auto. I do really like auto battle. It's a great addition. It makes me very happy because if you just have the Figaro brothers in your party, then this is fine. Just take care of everything. Why would you need to worry about anything? It's the Figaro brothers. They're so good. Oh, I should probably put one of these on Edgar, shouldn't I? What do you need? You'll take Seraph once Sabin mastered Seraph? Yes. Okay, Edgar, you're gonna take Seraph. Yeah, because I want everyone to... Yes. Okay, what did I say I was gonna put on Sabin? Bismarck? No, that's for Lock. I was gonna put the one that raises magic, right? Strength. I mean, I could give her strength up, actually. Stamina? I don't know what that does. I thought there was one of them that was MP up. But I guess not? Yeah, well, I mean, I actually like Edgar's priorities. No, but I thought that I'd seen it as I was going through these right now, but I guess not. So, okay. Well, we're just gonna go like this. Oh, do I need to equip Edgar? Oh, he's doing all right. Why do you have Ultima? That absorbs HP from its victims. Is the blood sword any good, actually? Should I use the blood sword? Or will it backfire? Oh, my evasion goes way up. That's nice. I like that. I'll put earrings on you. Backfires against undead. Okay, well, I'm sure we won't ever fight any of those. What did I have on her? That'll do. What are you gonna get? Oops, it's the wrong button. No, buttons. One of these days, I will get buttons. It's not ever gonna happen. What should I equip on him? Cast regen. Oh, that's right. We're gonna go get the airship. Okay, cool. What stat do I do for tools? Otherwise, I'll just give him defense up. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Huh. Well, we'll put this on for now. Because that way, whichever one we're using, we're gonna get bonus. Wow. Okay. All right. Oh. Did I go the wrong way? No, I went the right way. Wait, no, we want to go that way. Because there was a thing that I didn't do. Yes, there's a thing I didn't do. We're going to do that. We're going to do that thing. Let's go do that thing. Alright, Dante. I should well, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a group attack. Doesn't matter. It's still going to do enough damage, so it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Meow, meow, meow. There we go. All good. This is the beauty of having the Figaro brothers, is that everything can be done in like a turn or two. So you said that there's something in the statue? Soul Saber, that sounds good. I don't remember what that is at all. That drains MP and may cast death upon striking an enemy. That sounds good. We'll take that. Well, maybe it's just that the Figaro brothers are particularly well-rounded people. Should I put the Soul Saber on Celes instead, actually? Since she actually attacks. Now that I think about it. Oh my god, Sabin is the best. He's so great. I had friends growing up who had a really hard time with video games, and they made Sabin, they struggled with this game, but they made Sabin their primary magic user. Which is a decision. It's a decision you can make. And I mean, it's not that he's bad at it, necessarily, but there are so many other things you could be doing with Sabin. Yes, she has the enhancer equipped, so if that's a good choice, then we're already good. Oh, it drains the user's magic. Okay. The engine's working again. Now we're gonna surface. I assume that Figaro actually has a supply of oxygen, but there's a limit to that, so just in case they can survive. But Edgar would have been able to calculate out how low their supply would be. I'll need to refill that. That would be my guess. Anyway, I'm predicting that. Alright, is there anything else I can do here? I guess I can talk to people. Maybe I should go sell some of those bioblasters. Hi! Okay, we're gonna sell some bioblasters. There we go. That's better. I also got an extra auto crossbow for some reason. I don't know why. Oh! Is the debilitator new? Assigns a random elemental weakness to an enemy. That's interesting. I doubt it's very good. Yeah, I know, Chrono, right? It was an excessive number of bioblasters. We did not need that many bioblasters. Not even close. God, I love Edgar. He's the best. How are you the best, Edgar? We're gonna do this just in case. I have to get one? Okay, fine, I'll get one. Because it's a tool. I'm not... So it's funny because it turns out that I actually really like strategy in things, but I'm not interested in strategically playing games like this. So I'm basically like, how do I turn on big amounts of big damage and just launch that at the enemy as much as possible? So usually I am high enough level that I just hit everything on the floating continent until it dies, and I don't have a hard time because I kill it before I can cast spells. So... Oh man, so there's the T edition. The royal crown. Okay, that's what I thought. Can only be worn by those of royal blood, so it's just those two, I believe. Maybe I'll give him something else. Oh wait, no. That drains MP. Okay. Oh well, what else is he gonna do with it? I think the T edition is really cool. If you're not familiar with it, they've added like layers and layers of complicated strategy for like a lot of bosses, and added a lot of additional content and challenges and side things and stuff. It's really neat. Yeah, well, so Regnus, the thing is, apparently they changed the enemy's AI, so instead of being custom for each enemy, there's like a generic AI. And so instead of like only pulling certain abilities rarely, like those abilities will get pulled as often as any other ability from enemies, which is sometimes a bad thing. See, Chrono, like that's if they had that, I would save Sid. That's all the motivator I need right there. I don't know if there's anything else new here, so now we can save. Save. So we want to go through, right? Or can we get from here? Sandhorse. It's a seahorse, but in the desert. I mean, I guess they don't actually have horses in this world. They have birds. Cross to Kohlingen? Oh my god, okay. Alright. I thought I saw something else on that continent. I was trying to figure out what it was. Oh. Let's travel around the castle. I love that a castle is a vehicle in this game. We're gonna go to Kohlingen without lock. Man. I'm so loud. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Okay. I seriously go on autopilot as I'm walking around, and my brain is just like, this is what we do, is we sing. There's music. We will express that music. Oh. Oh, maybe, Sir Regnus. Oh no, don't you put my party to sleep! You jerks. I mean, fortunately, Sabin's just gonna set you on fire. Okay. Did I go the wrong way? I bet I did. Yeah, I did. That's okay. That's okay. Oh my god, that bird is cool looking. Do you see how cool looking that bird is? Do you see how cool looking that bird is? In fact, looking at that cool looking bird stirred up some sort of like emotion and feeling in me of nostalgia. Amazing, Chrono. Huh, okay, I thought this was a thing, but I guess it's not. We're definitely gonna do, I'm gonna do a cover of that song even if I get mad about it. Mostly it's just that it's very effective on me. Hello! We have to go here so that I know where it is. Dragon's Neck Coliseum. Prizes and glory. Hi! You're working as a secretary. Receptionist, excuse me. Alright. Fully lost my head. Passed along a secret to that friend of yours with the bandana. Because this guy recognizes us. He's like, oh, it's Celes and her friends. The returners are here. Your friend with the bandana. I ran into him recently. So you're like, oh. Like, that's neat. That somebody just offhand recognizes you. None of that makes any sense. I don't know. They don't know. We don't know. It's a mystery. It's an incomplete half-finished thing. Oh my god. I knew Finally, the whole world is at war, and I fulfilled my lifelong ambition of building a Coliseum. I'm so happy. I owe it all to Kefka. The one person in the entire world. Well, I'm glad somebody's happy. Just boogieing over here. This is good music. Hi, Careless Dragon. How's it going, friend? All right. Okay, those were places and I just missed them. Whoops. Okay, look. It's hard. Things are hard. Oh, geez. Okay. Do tools and blitzes work on these guys? I'm glad you're relaxing. Did you get into trouble? Shenanigans? Ah, okay. We'll be back. Oh, it's a chocobo stable. Okay. Alright. Thought I saw a thing on the map, but then I was like, huh, it doesn't seem to be anything. What's up with that? Alright, we're gonna murder these guys. Oh, geez, Careless Dragon. Okay, well, I hope that that's something that you can get some support on. That sounds like a rough thing. Oh, interesting, Noel Girl. Thank you. Oh no, Sir Gregness. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's save. I love somebody pointed out to me that the beginning of that is the beginning of Celes' theme, because I don't know. I think it would have taken me a while to figure that out. You're from Narsh. What are you doing here? Okay. I love that there are certain places you can tell. The people from Narsh have a very distinctive way of dressing. So Narsh is crawling with monsters. They're like, hey, we're gonna reminisce. In case you don't recognize this place, but also to show like how things have changed. Oh, God, it's such a good song. Oh, there he is, and like you walk in, and like he's immediately there. Oh, let's see what happens when we talk to other people first, and then we'll come back and get him. Itchy Geki. Oh my god. Yes, you are indeed. Unequip some party members, those not currently in my party. Get everyone's stuff. Oh god, it's such a good arrangement. Oh my god. Just to think for the world like this. A charming man with a mustache. I love how the ladies all really like him. Everyone loves Cyan. He's not flirtatious, just there's a certain kind of ladies who really like him. So he's going to Miranda. God, the percussion is so good in this. Well, he's also like, if you like, I think I would imagine for somebody who likes older men, he has dignity. He's like, you know, he's a dignified, solemn, muscular swordsman. I don't know. I can absolutely see if you like the idea of an older man who can take care of you. Like, you'd be like, that's it right there. God, it's such a good arrangement. This is such a good arrangement. I'm sorry. I can't not just, I can't not. I can't help it. I'm really powerless. Like, I could try really hard and I would fail. Planted some seeds. They won't sprout. Celes is like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she looks sad for a minute because she would take that seriously. Yes, see, it's when you lose your will to live. That's the only time that hope is lost is when you let it go. As long as you keep fighting, Final Fantasy VI says there's a way. As long as you keep fighting and you lean on the people you love. And I feel like there's something to be said for that. Obviously, there are circumstances that we can't change, and there are problems that we can't make better. I think no matter how bad a situation is, there's always some way for it to be less bad, maybe? I don't know. But for a lot of things, for a lot of situations, you know. You find where that treasure's hidden, that's where you'll find Locke. Because of course you're like, oh, Kohlingen, this is significant for Locke. So you come here, you check it out. And they give you a hint. If you haven't, in this era of games, they expect you to talk to people, so you have to talk to people to get a sense for where to go next. All right, is there anything else here? Oh, I think we're just about done, so we might as well. So my interpretation of Setzer is so much for all my hopes and dreams. Anyway, my interpretation of Setzer is, I think, darker than some people's interpretation of Setzer. Not everybody, though. There are people who take the darker approach than I do. The thing is, the world ends and Setzer becomes, Setzer is brooding. You want dark brooding energy. Setzer's got that, in my opinion. He's dark and brooding, and then he like kind of masks that with this like absolute recklessness, this complete and utter disregard for whether he lives or dies. So might as well live dangerously. If you're afraid, at least you're feeling something. With us, yeah. The world has always been one where man's spirit could soar free. The weight of this world is crushing me, which is maybe not entirely fair, because like the game does try to be like he is happy-go-lucky, and then he gets really depressed when he loses his happy-go-luckiness. This line, I believe, is exactly how Ted Woolsey translated it, because I feel like this is one of his iconic lines. I've even lost my wings. Yes, exactly. Celes is like, come on, I understand depression, and we gotta get through this. All my dreams are gone now. Find a new one. She's like, I lost all of my hope, and I found a new one. It's like, well, there is an airship out there, but he wouldn't have been able to get it himself. Yeah, well, a lot of things are pretty abrupt, unfortunately, in this game, and that's one of the things that I think would be interesting to see in a remake, to see if they actually are able to give the time and space for character moments to really develop and relationships to really develop. I'd love to see that. I like how you can tell he's wearing a cravat in this version of his sprite. I have a lot of fun with Darkness and Starlight writing out my interpretation of behind the scenes, of fleshing out those moments. But I'd like to see if they could get some of the original writers on board. I'm curious what they would do. I don't have absolute faith in them. As I've said before, like there are some narrative weaknesses in this game, and I don't know whether those would improve, or if the writing skill and minds that went into those, granted, it has been 20-something years, so presumably those writers have grown and matured and developed as writers and storytellers too. But I don't know. I can't say that I have absolute conviction that they would, that I would play through Final Fantasy VI Remake and be like, yes, this may not be how I would have interpreted this scene, but it feels right and it's well done and everything is good and solid. I don't know that I have that faith, but I don't think that they would have to rearrange everything, Sir Gregness. I think they'd have to have some cutscenes and some interactions. I think they might have to have the dialogue be more than like 3 or 4 lines of dialogue. I think we'd have to have actually a cutscene. Maybe we could insert an action. Maybe we could have something, but like having a couple of different scenes, a couple of different moments, I think could make it work. Like the problem for me is not that he joins you at this point in the game. It's that it does feel very quick that he's like, I'm depressed, and Celes is like, no, it's okay, let's go save the world together. And he's like, sure. But if you made that where they had to kind of work for that a little bit more, I mean, if you gave it to Yoshi P's team, yes, I have confidence in them. But I was more thinking the original Final Fantasy VI writing team being, like, stepping up, because apparently Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's what they did, is they got the Final Fantasy VII writers, and were like, here, now you can write the games the way you imagined it. I don't know whether Final Fantasy VI had that problem of the way you imagined it. I don't know. I'm curious. I've read some interviews with them, but... a new pair of wings. See, it's fine. It's all good. I'm sorry. I told you, like, I can't help it. I don't even realize I'm doing it half the time. All right, so we want to get, what, the anti-zombie? Is there anything we need to do to prep for this? I remember this place being kind of hard. I think this place is kind of hard anyway. There we go again. I have 35 holy waters. Do I need more? I don't know how I have 35. I don't know I can pick up green cherries here. Okay. Alright. Oh no, I have to use Setzer. You can tell how much I use Setzer. But he has, I think that's his starting weapon. I don't know. Well, let's go get some, let's get a weapon that doesn't suck. Changes the slot command to Giltoss. Hey geez, GT. I don't know what that is a reference to, but that's interesting. So I said I should give him a Genji glove? Do I have the Genji? Oh, there it is. Hero ring. Okay. I guess I should probably get him weapons that don't suck, shouldn't I? Alright. I don't think I've used him once. Sorry, Setzer. Oh, interesting. Okay, Chrono, that's clever then. That's very clever. Oh my god, I just left and came back, didn't I? I guess I should probably put some gear on. Oh no, he's... I'm sorry. I can't. So do I get him 2 of these? Do I need 2 of these? And then go from there? This gives him the highest attack, give him strength up and see what happens. Oh, Setzer, honey. Just get 1? Okay. Because he has the starting weapon otherwise. Like, he has... Oh, okay, maybe they're not that bad. Okay. Or are they random? Or is there a reason why I don't want the cards? Do the cards do something random? It's fixed dice that you want. Those are good. So should I buy him a second one of these? Oh, I see, yeah. That deal more damage the higher number they roll. I do remember the password. I'm gonna get this because he's so low level, it's fine. What else am I gonna do with my money? Oh, he's the same level as everyone? Okay, well, whatever. I just have never, like, literally never used him, so we're gonna just do this. That's fine. So, alright. Setzer, make yourself useful. Alright. Save. Oh. Oh man, he looks really cool though. I know that the Figaro should take care of business, yeah. Yeah, I've had arguments with a Setzer fan about whether Setzer or Lock is less useless. His argument was that if you get the fixed dice and give him offering, that he's incredibly good. And I'm like, if you have to wait until the end of the game and get his secret best weapon in order for him to be good, he's probably not actually good. He's like, yeah, but Lock doesn't have anything that makes him good. It's like, fair. All right, Daryl's tomb. The world could turn inside out and she'd never even flinch. I have a really strong impression of this when I was a kid, of like my feelings of going down here. So technically this is, I think, normally when I would say I would stop, but shall we get through the tomb? Let's get the airship and have that be where we pick up next week. Would you folks like it if I started at 1 instead of starting at noon? So starting 1 hour later on Saturdays? Oh my god, those are skeletons. Setzer! You built a tomb for her and you put fake skeletons and creepy blue flames. Setzer! Well, so the ghouls and goblins, like, I'm like, okay, it's a creepy place and there's monsters that have been stirred up by the world being destroyed, so this would be a place that they would congregate. But also, like, Setzer, what even? Okay. See how this goes? No, please don't kill him. Oh no, now he's been zombied. I should probably put on anti-zombie on somebody, shouldn't I? Oh my god. Holy water. Oh good, they give you holy water in case you don't have any. But I seem to recall that the last time I came here, I was tragically low in holy water and it was a problem. Oh, Setzer, you've got like no health. God, it's so good. So I don't remember. Oh. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Did I just accidentally go to the thing that progresses the... Oh, okay. Setzer, this is very extra. This is extremely extra. Setzer's, he's trying his best. God, they give us so much holy water. Did they give this much holy water in the original, or is this a nice balanced thing? Oh, okay, you can't do that until you get the thing. Got it. Sabin just goes first and sets everything on fire. Oh my goodness. I guess that makes sense, Blue Glass. Well, I don't bother with that. I'm too lazy. Setzer, will you stop being a zombie? Setzer's like, no, I will not. Oh my god, we're gonna have so much holy water. Regal gown. Is that only for Tara? I love this song. It's so good. It is one of the best songs in the game. How am I walking on the water? Oh, really? Do I put the boys in the regal gown? Oh my god. Sabin. Oh. Nope. Doesn't look like it. These are such well-trained turtles. Setzer, how did you get your hands on these well-trained turtles? Wait, actually, was there another entrance there that I should have taken? Yes. Okay, yeah, so you have to do this. Alright, now we can carve the thing on our way out. Oh man, oh. Oh shoot. He can't blitz when he's zombied, can he? It's the worst. Setzer is trying, he's trying so hard to insta-kill them, but you can't insta-kill the undead, apparently. Oh no! So Sabin hitting Edgar while zombified poisons him. Oh my god, Null Girl. Amazing. Oh no, Smash Mat, that sounds very stressful. So you went to go get the fixed dice early in the game. Is one of these a monster in a box? I bet one of these is a monster in a box. I guess we'll figure out what happens. Should I change Setzer's weapons then if Setzer is healing them with that? Because I don't have any other weapons. That would be really crummy for them to give me weapons that are really bad here. I guess we'll see what happens. Oh my god! It's the Whelk with... Okay. Alright. Oh shoot, okay, that's right, it's a Thunder Whelk. No. Oops. Well, bye. Oh, that wasn't so bad. That's fine. insta-kill. Wow. I knew that in the original a few monsters, a few bosses had the insta-kill weakness. I'm sorry. I was like, wait. Wait, what just happened? Oh my god. Alright, well that happened. I seem to recall having a much harder time with that last time around. But I don't know for sure. Well, good job. We did it. Do I need a tent? I can just heal everybody with Sabin and then give him a sleeping bag. No, I'll use a tent. I'll use a tent. There's no reason not to use a tent. I'm just a cheapskate. Ba-ding. I should probably switch to someone else in the front row for that so we can see their cute little tents. All right, so I got 2 dragon claws. Why did I get 2 dragon claws? Ooh. Oh, this raises my magic, which will raise my blitzes, won't it? Amazing. I like that. She's a man. I'm sorry. This is useful to have for certain things. That's neat. Oh, that's right. There's a whole bunch of those that are specific to those, right? Okay, I'll try not to blizzard the enemy. Okay, looks like there's nothing else here, so we might as well. I guess I probably should just talk to it so that I don't... Oh shoot, well, that's fine. Why is he aura cannoning? It's fine. What is Celes gonna be doing? Oh, well, that's overkill. That's fine. That's fine, we're good. Alright. Oh, okay, Zulily. That's interesting. Alright. Here lies Darill. Question mark? So Celes is like, what do I hear? Oh no! Here's hoping that that's not going to affect me. Oh no! It hit. Oh. It's divisible by everybody. I should maybe bring Setzer back from the dead. Might be good. Do you have... You do. I'm probably gonna die. Yeah, definitely gonna die. That's okay, we just saved. I'm gonna try better. I'm probably gonna have to... Okay, I'm gonna have to do this over. Yeah, here we go. So the question mark thing... Here we go. Okay, we're gonna load from our last save. So much beautiful flute in this game. Sorry, I'm listening to this music. All right. Start from recent save data? Yes. Oops. Okay. The one digit of your gold? Okay. Okay, so that's 4. What level am I? I should be safe, right? If it's 4, and my characters are 27 and 29, neither of those are... Okay. see if this works. Thanks, Dover. That's an interesting touch with it, because they're undead and all. I should have gotten Setzer learning, I should have gotten him learning some magic to heal, or some healing magic, so he could do something, because there's not much else he can do right now. Because he's gonna be healing the enemy, you said, right? With his current weapon? Oh, if it's casting ice, I guess he can use healing items. That's fine. No, don't die. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're gonna use Cura on everybody. Alright. No, 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 no. Please don't kill her. She's dead. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. He's got health to spare. Okay. Who's next? Let's see if we can do this. You've got nothing else you can do? Okay, so you're going to Cura the party. Okay. Hold on. Okay. And then you're going to Aura Cannon some more. This is, I think, the first time I've actually had trouble with something. That sounds bad. So you're going to Cura everybody. You're going to attack. Tools, drill. Oh, jeez. I should be using fire on him, shouldn't I? Does it wear off eventually? All right. So I guess I should probably load my save, huh? Or well, why don't we see what happens first? My party dying properly or my party thawing? Oh, what? Oh. Okay. I guess that happened. I don't actually know if I should be doing that instead. Okay. All right. I can't tell which is better. I didn't pay attention. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Oh shoot. Okay. Jeez. Okay, I need to oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. You're gonna heal everybody so that nobody else dies while we then try to bring Setzer back. Oh. Or he can just stay dead. That's fine. I won't be using him anyway. Amazing. We did it. Well, that's good. Way to go. Still counts as a victory. All right, we're gonna go save. Maybe stay in a tent. No! You leave me alone, you jerk! Oh my god, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. No, Setzer didn't put the Headless Horseman in. Sorry. I have, I think, a healthy fear of Marlboros. Yes, any boss fight you can walk away from. Alright. Oh, I was gonna put the bros in front so we could see the bros' little cute tent, but we didn't. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, are we ready to go hear one of the best songs in the game? Okay, excuse me, do you mind? They do mind. Run! Run, boys, run! Don't die. So, I want this song, I don't know, there's gonna be some of the best songs in the game. Cause, oh, we haven't heard, cause not just Searching for Friends. What's it called? I can't believe I'm blanking on the name cause it's one of my other favorites. The other version of Setzer's theme, we haven't heard it yet. Which needs to have a million flutes. If that doesn't have Epitaph, thank you. Oh my god, I even have like multiple versions of Epitaph on my computer that I've been working on my arrangement of it for like 2 years. Epitaph had better have lots of flutes, so we'll see if it does or not. But Epitaph is a wonderful, wonderful song. And then Searching for Friends is also an incredible song, often considered one of the best Final Fantasy songs. So... So there's no changed loop on this one. That's a little surprising, actually. It's the triplets on the mandolin. I think that's a mandolin. That just kills me right here. It's such a nice addition. And the pipes, whistles, whichever flute-like instrument that is. It's another very Celtic touch that they've decided to go with. Which is interesting because like Celtic Moon is Final Fantasy IV. So it's interesting that they've chosen to do that, especially because like that's more Mitsuda's taste, I would think, than you. And obviously Uematsu did not do the arrangements of this. he just sat and nodded and said yes for the most part. So somebody else decided that that was the direction they wanted to take. And I like it. I do. It's beautiful. It's just... And one of the things that I really do appreciate is that when you play that, like Irish whistles and instruments like that, there are specific things that you do, little techniques that are a natural part of playing the instrument. So I have a penny whistle. Yeah, no, he was not. He was involved in that he had the ability to say yes or no, but no, he did not do any of the arrangements. I've read an interesting interview with him and the guy who did do the arrangements or oversaw the arrangements because he had a team. A lot of these game soundtracks, especially the big rearrangements, are entire teams of people. Oh, he didn't like Grand Finale? Oh, I didn't know that. I love Grand Finale. But yeah, no, Uematsu did not touch anything. I think he had veto power, but I don't think he used it from what I read. I think it was even somebody else's suggestion to do the opera the way they did, and he was like, "Oh, that makes sense. I see why you did that. Let's go with it." But yes, so I technically have a tin whistle. And so people are like, "Lauren, can you play the tin whistle?" And I'm like, technically I can play it, but I don't play it right because you have to learn the techniques of, there's these like little grace notes between things. Like there's a, like there's like ornaments that are just a natural way that you play the instrument. And if you play it without those, you're not playing the instrument the way it is meant to be played. Even if you can make a sound and you can play the notes and you can play a song, if you don't do that right, you're not playing the instrument properly. So I don't know how to do that. But they use that when they have these folk instruments here, in the arrangements that have those. I like that. So this is very pretty. I like it a lot. I love what they've chosen to do with the mandolin or guitar or whatever it is. I'm really bad at identifying these specifics. Her sprite is so pretty here. The colors are so vibrant now that there's no need to like limit the color palette. She's also got extra eyelash, so you know she's super pretty. If you compare her to Celes. Oh wow, I don't think I realized how va-va-voom her outfit is. Man, Setzer, man, you've got good taste. She's really pretty. Trying to prove by pushing your ship to its limits. He's all, no, don't do that. And he's confronting his memories of her. And like the way that they've chosen to draw her hair tells you about her personality. Like she has a free-spiritedness that comes through in her character design that you can read in her sprite, and that's really cool. Like this is a woman who's wearing a va-va-voom outfit because she feels good in it. And you don't, like, your opinion of it doesn't matter. Whether you like it or not, that doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is that she feels awesome and she looks awesome. They're both very, very extra. She seems really cool. She's a person where you're like, I wish I could have known her. I would have liked to see Rachel be developed too, you know? Because you can see what an effect these characters have had on our party members. But when you see these flashbacks with Darill, you understand, but you never get that with Rachel. Because who Rachel is doesn't matter. I don't know that the people who wrote this game had anything in mind for Rachel, because Rachel isn't... I love Final Fantasy VI dearly. Locke is my favorite character from anything, And so naturally Locke's dramatic storyline is my favorite. I love it very much. Rachel is not a person. She's not treated like a person or a character in the story. She is a woman in a refrigerator and nothing more. You never learn anything about what kind of a person Rachel is, except that she's willing to go with Locke on his expeditions, and he loves her very much. But his entire life centers around trying to bring her back. But she could be anyone or anything. And that's really a shame. If you're not familiar with the concept of women in a refrigerator, it references a particular story in a comic book where a character's girlfriend is murdered and stuffed in a refrigerator. But it refers to the frequency in which female characters die to give male characters an incentive to take action. So the role that they play is as a plot device instead of as a person, whereas men are allowed to have agency on their own. Now, since this has been pointed out, people have been, I think, actively trying to avoid falling into that trope, and subverting that trope sometimes, which is good, and I think it's good to do that. But as much as I love Final Fantasy VI, as I say, its story has flaws, and its storytelling has flaws, and one of the biggest weaknesses is not dwelling on character moments and character interactions. And part of that is just inherent to how Super Nintendo storytelling is, the limitations of the medium and the format and the time and the space and how things were then. And so I kind of am willing to let a lot of that slide. But some of the problems are things that could have been avoided if the writers had thought about that. So there's a number of plot holes that we've pointed out. And it's fine because you just don't think about that. That's fine. And you don't stop to think about who Rachel is. There are diehard fans of Darill, because Darill is a character. She's a trope, she's an archetype, yes, but so are other characters in the game. She's an archetype who's done well and communicated very clearly for the very small amount that we see her. We know who she is. She's cool, she's interesting. Like when Dover says, "No wonder he's so sad she's gone," yes. Why is Setzer so obsessed with Darill and her memory? Does anybody wonder? Is there any question in your mind seeing this? No. Whether she's your type or not, whether you have a weakness for that kind of woman or not, you can absolutely understand the appeal. And it's not just like, oh, hot lady. She is a character who's full of life and energy and interest. And she has a personality, she has motivation, she has dreams, she has agency. I mean, part of her thing is that she has so much agency that it's okay that she dies the way she does, because she dies pushing her limits. She dies exploring, living her life to the fullest. So her death is, in a way, like, in some ways it's fair, even though it's not fair. It's really never fair. And she has all of that, and it's awesome and great. Rachel is also really important. Rachel is a very important character because Locke is so central to the story. Because Celes is our perspective character for the second half of the game, and her driving motivator includes, not exclusively, but includes trying to find Locke specifically because she's in love with him. And the complexity of the situation where Locke can't get over Rachel and he kind of has to. Like, that's really important. It's emotionally important and it's narratively important. What are Rachel's personality traits? What does she want? What does she do? Who is she? What does she care about? How did she and Locke fall in love? Why are they in love? Why does he love her so much? We can extrapolate a few things if we really think about it. So I obviously had to deal with that in my thing, and I gave her a personality and a story and information, and maybe I was like, what would be in a girl that I would be hung up on? We'll make her my type, because sure, why not? But I had to make that up kind of whole cloth based on my understanding of Locke, my understanding of like the few scenes that we get, etc. But the game doesn't give us anything because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who Rachel is. What matters is that there is blank that Locke is attached to and can't get over. She's basically a MacGuffin, and that's a shame. And if Final Fantasy VI were to be remade, I would really seriously hope that they would address that, because it's a problem. I think, just straight up, it's a problem. People who don't like Locke don't like his story with Rachel. They think it's dumb, they think it's over the top, but also, like, I think that it would be better sold if we saw, like, if Setzer was doing something crazy to try to keep Darill alive, we would kind of understand. We understand why he built this ridiculous, magnificent tomb in her honor, because he had to do something. We get it. You know? This thing is super extra, but that's fine because it totally fits the two of them. They're both very extra. But also, like, we understand why. Darill is amazing. Darill is fantastic. I found old fan art that I drew of Darill back in the day. I was digging through some old hard drives, and I found some fan art that I drew of her back in high school. Like, maybe even, like, late middle school. I might have been, like, in 8th grade or something like that. I didn't draw anything of, like, Setzer, but Darill was awesome. She's so cool. I wish they could have done something. Rachel doesn't have to be a badass to be a character that we can fall in love with and understand somebody falling in love with her. But it would have been nice for her to be anything. So that's my rant. I'm sorry, folks. I hope you're all right with the fact that I'm going to take this game to task, but let it, I guess, never let it be said that I cannot see flaws in things that I love. Because if I can criticize Locke and Celes in Final Fantasy VI, I guess I can see flaws in anything. And obviously it still works, it's still effective, and I love it very much, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have weaknesses. So shall we continue this? I'm sorry, I appreciate your patience, but I hadn't really thought about this in this context until I saw Darill and was like, oh. God, it's such a pretty song. Chrono, you missed me ranting about Rachel and her lack of characterization and how she's a woman in a fridge. Unlike Darill, who's the coolest character. I, like, seriously just went off on a tangent. I mean, I've talked to you, I think, about some of that, and you probably are more aware of my feelings, but, well, I said it. And it's a shame, because can you imagine if they had given Rachel any of this, anything here, if she had mattered? She doesn't. All we know is that she must be worthy of Locke's love because he loves her. Yeah, no, this is really nice. And also, like, she kind of looks like a character from Cowboy Bebop, doesn't she? I mean, she's drop dead gorgeous. I don't think this is how Ted Woolsey translated this line. Okay, Zulily, I'm gonna take. Do you mind? I'm sorry, this is a great scene, and I'm interrupting it by talking about Rachel. I'm not saying Rachel needs to compete with Darill. She shouldn't compete with Darill. She shouldn't be anything like Darill. But even if she was a super, super sweet love interest type, like a super generic sweet love interest type, that at least would be something. And they could make her feel like a person. And it would be great. She doesn't have to be badass like Darill is. She could be sweet. She could be loving. She could be any number of things. Oh, that exists. There's fanfic of that, Chrono. And then she does smooch Celes. I haven't read it, but it's on my radar. It's on AO3. You'll be glad to know the internet has that covered. Anyway. This is a great line. And again, this line tells you a lot about Darill. She has a personality. I think that exists as well. I did not participate in the fanfic community for a very long time, although I did read occasional fanfic as it popped up. But I'm delighted to report that there's a lot of these scenarios that exist out there. I'm less interested in that than I am with things that have to do with Whelk and Celes. So pay more attention to that. Sorry. What? Me have a bias? Never. But yeah, like, they do so much to tell you so much about Darill. I love how the airship's shadow is still, like, unlandable over the places that you can't land, even in the cutscenes. I don't know why that's funny, but it is. So she's gonna go to space. Our hill, again, they managed to do a lot. There's like a lot of economy here in the storytelling. And at our hill tells you this is a thing that happens normally. They have a place, they have their hill, they're romantically involved. And this is just so, like, just this is so well told. You see him waiting. You see him waiting. You see the sky, like, you see things darken, and then it was a year later. Like, it's just the pacing of what they tell you and how they tell you, what they explicitly tell you versus ham-fistedly spelling it out. It's much more beautiful and graceful and effective. It's so effective. It's a year later I found the wreck. It starts building. And then it's just magnificent. The timpani, the lower brass. And this triplets, it's just absurdly good. And then they have to kind of let you down so that they can loop it. So I think this song sometimes gets ranked #1 among Final Fantasy fans for best Final Fantasy song of all time, which I wouldn't actually list it as #1. It's not my favorite song from this game, but that doesn't mean it's not absolutely incredible. And it's a song that I appreciate more and more. Every time I play the game, I appreciate it more and more. And I always loved it. I mean, don't get me wrong, my feelings on this song is mostly just that I love other songs more. God, the brass, they use brass so well. And that's the mariachi trumpet from the battle theme. But Chrono is right. This is thematically such a powerful song, echoing like the emotional turn of this game, of this story. This is a key moment. The original is an incredible song, and honestly, I think a large reason why people love it so much is because it does capture the God, that's so good. They knew, oh my God. Oh God, and then the brass, when the brass takes over and the timpani is just no holds barred, just, oh my God. And then just, it's like daring and playful, like the audacity of those triplets. Yeah, when you're like, it's rude, it's audacious. There is something like flipping Kefka off with both fingers about that section, actually. I really love it. Yeah, well, they know you're gonna hear this song a lot, and there's a lot of pressure. The aria, Searching for Friends, and Dancing Mad. Nothing else from this game comes close to having the pressure and expectation and fan love. I never realized that Searching for Friends was on that list with those other two until I started hearing people talk about the polls online a few years ago. It is not something that I would have expected, because I understand why people love it, but I didn't realize that it was that popular. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. But like they had to nail it. Like, sure, you know, people have feelings about Devil's Lab. People have feelings about Forever Rachel. People have feelings about whichever character themes they love best. But these are the ones that are universally acclaimed fan favorites, and so they have to nail those. Which is why it's interesting that they did what they did with the aria, but they had a reason for it. With this, they knew what they were doing, and they did it. And what's funny is that the previous part of this song, as I was listening to it, I was like, this is beautiful, but I wish they'd done more. And then they were like, oh, like this? And I was like, yes, exactly like that. That's exactly what I wanted them to do. It's... oh my God. When the strings and the woodwinds are just like, F you, Kefka. Like, it's just, I don't know. Yeah. It's really good. Yeah, and the Pixel Remaster, like, they did a really lovely job. I love what they've done with most of the songs in the Pixel Remaster. But the pressure, I think these three are the ones that would be the most pressure. I'm dying to hear what they've done with Dancing Mad. We'll get there eventually. But this I had high hopes, but tried not to have any expectations. Any expectations I would have been met, and I think exceeded. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. I'm sorry to make you all wait through my ramble about the flaws of the storytelling around Rachel, but I hope that we enjoyed this together. So this is amazing. So fluty. This is one of the songs that my band plays in our Final Fantasy VI medley. It was actually, we auditioned bassists with this song and the battle theme, and so this is why our bassist got a fretless, so he can play this. Alright. Falcon! This is it. With this, I think we just might have a chance. This is what the music is all about. Yes. And I love that it's called Searching for Friends. Yeah. In case you didn't understand musically. Yeah, Celes is like one track mind here. They're like, hey, Lauren, psst, we know what your priorities are, so we're gonna try to help out. Show you that oh, actually no, never mind. No, that bird, that's not. I thought that was gonna be, that was the seagull. No, that's not. That's the messenger pigeon from Cyan, isn't it? Right? Birds are our yeah, our motivators. So here we're getting used to the ship. You can tell he's like getting used to sailing it around carefully, and then they're like, we're gonna land here. Yeah, because Locke is oh, well, we can't go there, but he's in the middle of, it's surrounded by mountains, so you can't go there until it's time, right? Isn't it the one in the star? Right over there? God, this is such a good song. Oh my god. It's so good. Oh my god. But you can't go there until you have the airship. You'll die if you go there, yes. It's really hard. They want you to go there last because it's the most dramatic. So you have to be strong enough to survive the Phoenix Cave. We will not be doing the Phoenix Cave right now. Oops. Pretend that I can drive my airship. I'm really bad with controls. Oh, I guess I have to go back there and get the thing that's there, right? I'll do that at some point. All right, well, perfect timing, actually. This is a good time to stop. Yeah, they want to make sure you don't wander into the Phoenix Cave by accident. Oh, man, this song is so good. That's why they make a Dark World hurt so much, so that when you get Searching for Friends, it's even more powerful by comparison. Yeah. Yes, Blue Glass, that is good strategy. Huh, interesting, Scaploony. I didn't know that. I love Grand Finale personally, but I think it's neat if it's somebody else's interpretation of his music. Like, sometimes it's not going to be the way you would do it, and some of them are departures, but they're really fun and interesting. Grand Finale never feels like it's meant to be the definitive version of those songs, except for the aria. The rest of it feels like they're meant to be this particular, like the Grand Finale version, which is kind of, in my opinion, how the arranged Final Fantasy albums from that era were. Oh God, this is such a good song. This is such a good song. Man. All right, folks, I need to remind you before we shut down, there's a concert tomorrow here, this channel, starting doors at 12:30. So at 12:30, like, there'll be like a coming soon screen, and I'll be like typing, and I'll bounce up and say hi and introduce things. But yeah, so there'll be a concert. You should come to it. Music starts at 1 my time, which is an hour after I usually start my Saturday streams. There will be, so you know, a viola who plays a lot of JRPG music. Beautiful, beautiful playing. There's going to be an acoustic rock duo who does mostly originals, but they will be busting out at least one piece of VGM that I think a lot of you will recognize. Then we're going to have a pianist who is somebody I met through the Mother fandom who likes classic RPGs and Toby Fox games, so there'll be some music from those games to look forward to. I'll be tweeting about them. I realized I'm really doing a bad job with my social media sharing, but I'm working on it. And then there's going to be my friend David, the ocarinist. You might have known him as Doc Jazz. He's a YouTuber who does fantastic arrangements of video game music as well as some originals, and he'll be playing that. And then I will be doing a concert at the end with whatever voice I have left. So if there's anything you're dying to hear me cover that you know that I've got in my repertoire, now's your last chance to make sure that I add it to the set potentially. So let me know. But yeah, so hopefully you'll be there. Tell your friends. I'm hoping to have a nice little crowd for my friends. I've told them my crowd is really nice people, regardless of whether we don't have like 50 million viewers. But I'd like to have a nice turnout for them so they can feel cool. So please join us if you can. If not, I don't know if I'll be putting that on YouTube. I might. But yeah. So that's happening. Sir Gregness, thank you, and I appreciate you jumping over here to hang out with us on like the live Twitch side of things instead of the YouTube side of things. I'm sorry I don't make it clear what day I'm playing these games. I should put that somewhere, shouldn't I? On my YouTube channel, maybe in the comments or something. I'll have to solve that. Maybe. I'm not good at this. You would think for how long I've been streaming that I would actually do things right, but I don't. I'm always just kind of limping along doing whatever I'm doing at the time. But yeah, and so just as a reminder, Horizon Zero Dawn on Tuesdays, Hades on Thursday. I think we're getting close to the end of Hades. And then we're going to keep this up on Saturday. I might start streaming at 1. Wait, actually, no. Saturday is my roommate's birthday party. I'll keep you posted on if that's going to affect the hours. But I think I'm probably going to stream some anyway. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, maybe I should do that Blue Class. I should put my schedule. Yes, my Twitch profile definitely needs updating, Athena. I need somebody to remind me to do that more often. Oh, I'm so bad about that. But yeah, so we're getting close to the end of Hades, so if there's a game you've been wanting to see me stream, I'm going to be asking folks for their feedback on what game I should play next on Thursday nights. So feel free to weigh in. And if you like what I have to say about Final Fantasy VI, or you want to see if I do an okay job, like if you're curious whether if you want to see me put my money where my mouth is, so to speak, with the story issues in this game, and you are interested in Darkness and Starlight, it is available on Archive of Our Own, and also the audiobook version is coming slowly, one chapter at a time, to my YouTube channel. So check that out if you want. There will be more Final Fantasy VI content, more music, a bunch of other things coming. I don't know, folks. I'm out of control. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm sorry, Sir Gregness. I really should I really should put that schedule somewhere. I don't, and I should do that. I also need to have an intro and a closing thing and stuff. You would think that I would have taken good care of my channels, but I have not, and I'm doing my best. Well, thank you so much for being here, folks. You have been a delightful audience, as always. For anyone who's been here for the first time, thank you so much for joining us. Lurkers, I love you even if you're silent. That's okay. Thank you for being here. For everybody who comes here every week, you know who you are. It's always nice to see you and chat with you. So please take care of yourselves, friends. Give yourselves something to look forward to. Do something that makes you feel special today. Do something that makes you happy. I'm gonna go try to be a productive person and do the stuff I'm supposed to do and probably draw Final Fantasy VI fan art too. Oops. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you later. Bye!